Hello, I am live. Mixer is now working. Mixer was having a bit of a hiccup, but it seems to be functioning now. So we are going to try and get an ending. Ending. Yes, indeed. Come on, I want less volume on my TV, please. There we go. Okay. Right. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, continue. Resume. Oh yeah, hang on. Menu, please. And also hi Ray. Okay, so we're going back to the original ending that we got, the original path that we went, where there's no dead old lady, but we did find a bomb in the crew quarters. So, ow, my pillow's stuck behind me. Ass. Did find a bomb in the crew quarters, and then both Quark and Alice came down with Radical 6, and then we got a lock. But in this one, we got Radical 6 and we got told about the IG multiplier thingy. We still haven't got a password for this one, but this one now unlocked, so we might actually get an ending. So let's see what's going on. Except that I don't think the TV audio is coming through. Did everyone hear Luna say that? Ray, did you hear Luna say, "Alright, please pay attention everyone," or not? Because I think the audio is not coming through. Let me just have a poke at it.
You need to hear this.
There we go. For some reason it had defaulted to not default. That definitely came through because I saw the little wiggly things.
The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
What did it say?
Her results are identical to Quark's. She has also been infected with Radical 6.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. On our way back, Fi had gone off to retrieve the rest of the participants. 7 sets of eyes widened as Luna spoke.
Oh no. No! What's going to happen to her? Well, like I said before, there's only one way to cure Radical 6. There's a special antiviral treatment.
What does Radical 6 do? Oh, okay, so Radical 6, we have a file on it actually. So basically, it works. It basically slows your brain down by like 1 to something 6 ratio, and then it makes you want to commit suicide, which is kind of bad. And no politics, Ray.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is?
Immunogoblin?
It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6. Those antibodies are the basis for Excelivir.
Wait, what about those pods in the treatment center?
Right. I thought of that too, so I went and took a closer look at them. Unfortunately...
They can't kill.
Correct. They can suppress the symptoms for a while, but they can't kill the virus itself. The only way we can help Alice and Quark is if we can find some Excelivir.
But the pods will keep them from getting any worse, right?
Yes.
Well, then what are we waiting for? One of you, grab Alice. We're going to the treatment center.
As he spoke, Temyoji moved over to Quark and lifted his small unconscious body off the bed. Quark shifted slightly as Temyoji moved him, and something fell out of his pocket with a soft clink. Is this medicine?
What?
Well, what is it?
Hold on. There's a name on the label here.
Excelivir! You found it, Sigma! That's the one thing that can cure Radical 6.
Why did Quark have it?
Perhaps he found it earlier.
Earlier when?
We explored the laboratory. It was on the other side of the red door. I happened to notice Quark putting something in his pocket. Whether or not that was his intention is unclear. I did not have the opportunity to ask, as he collapsed immediately afterwards. It didn't feel appropriate to go digging around in his pockets for it after that. To be honest, it had also slipped my mind. We were rather preoccupied with getting him to the infirmary as quickly as possible.
Who cares about the details? We have it. Hurry up and give it to her, Mona.
Hey, hold on a minute. What about Alice?
Does it really matter if she goes first or not?
I'm sorry, but I don't think we can do that.
What?
There's only enough here for one person. The only way we have to administer this is with the injection gun. And the way it functions, it uses a whole bottle each time you pull the trigger.
In other words, we can't split the dose in 2 or something.
Right.
While we all stood stunned, Fine moved. Stepping over to Quark, she quickly ran her hands through his clothes and then stepped back with a frown and a small shake of her head.
Nothing. That one bottle was it.
Do you think there might be some more back in the laboratory?
No, unfortunately not.
No.
Oh, God.
Just enough medicine for one dose.
Only one person can be saved.
Who should we give it to?
Alice? Or Quark?
What the hell is this? There's no way we're only gonna save one of
What
them.
are we going to do?
Do I have to spell it out? We're going to save them both.
How?
That's, needed to calm down. Think. There had to be some way to save both of them. It was there. I knew it. IG. Oh yes, I did. Thanks. Well, I claimed my Discord and my EA And then I gave the Spotify to my friend who actually listens to Spotify because I don't. She was very happy. My friend Daisy.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is? It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6.
IG... Hang on! This is an alternate timeline where he says IG replicator. We never went in the lab.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy machine.
Yeah. Probably copies IG, whatever that is. Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
How are we remembering this? That's it. I've got it. The IG replicator in the laboratory. It's an It's an immunoglobulin replication machine. How the hell?
What?
Ooh, I got the achievement for unlocking the lock. I can see it. I can't read it. It can copy immunoglobulin antibodies. Luna just said Accelavir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Accelavir. Woohoo! We unlocked a lock. Yay!
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it.
On your dashboard, it should say your free gift and one of the advert thingies, Jesse. I have the newish version of the dashboard, so mine was underneath the games, but you know where it usually says Watch Ninja and all that crap? Yeah, on your Xbox. But it gives you the EA Access one, you can't be subscribed already, and it gives you a month free. The Nitro gives you a link, as does the Spotify one, but you can't have already used Spotify Premium, so you'd have to create a new account. And I don't know about Nitro, because obviously I'd never used that before, so now I have 3 months of it. I boosted our server, but it doesn't seem to have done anything.
Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah.
No, it's only on the console as far as I can see. It needs two boosts to do something. Oh. Well, I mean, I have 2 boosts. I could use them both, I suppose. You have free Spotify for life. Nice one, Ray.
We never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily... Yeah. I just thought I'd use it on our server, but I wouldn't have had the Nitro otherwise. New boost bananas. Cool. Yes, how do we know about it, Sigma? I saw it, is the answer. When I was in the laboratory.
When was that?
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
No. Dio was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't even think I'd ever been to the laboratory. So how did I know about the IG replicator? Timelines! Wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Accelavir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Can we duplicate it twice so that we've got a spare one just in case?
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Also, hi Jessie. I don't think I said hi Jessie.
Yeah, no time to waste.
My hand is still killing me from yesterday. That'll teach me to do 3-star exits after 2 hours of cramping my finger. These characters are traumatized. We all nodded. Wait, we can't leave them here alone. Luna, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we do more than just duplicate it, because we need to have a spare copy just in case. Hi, Mr. Coolness. We're good. We're hopefully going to get an ending. We unlocked the lock. We're hopefully going to get an ending. I really want to get an ending. I also have tea and I've had chocolate. And I'm going to EXO tomorrow. So, woohoo. Oh, and thanks for the host. So yeah, it's all good so far. And I saw the cutest little dachshund on the way home, little sausage dog. This is the first time we'd had a duplicate room out of those ones. Oh, cold. Heating's been on, so just guess this is what Oh look, this looks familiar. We were just here, except that how could we have been?
This is the lab, huh?
Yes.
Where's this IG replicator thing?
Right here. See?
So this can copy the Accelavir?
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, alright? Don't rush me. I carefully lowered the small vial of Accelavir into the slot on the side of the machine. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably that was where the duplicated Accelavir would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should.
Skip it.
Should.
Just press the damn thing.
Right. And pressed. Did it work?
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
Alright, let's get the thing back to the infirmary. No, make another copy! I reached down and pulled both files from the machine, intending to slip them deftly into my pocket. Ah, shit.
What happened?
Sorry. My hand slipped.
You dropped one of them?
Yeah, just one though.
What in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Come on. If it had been broken, then we could have just made another copy. Before Tomioji could reply, Fi spoke.
Guys?
I was surprised to hear her voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table.
You see? It did break.
No, the vial's fine.
I bet there's another bomb.
See?
She held it up in one hand but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Take a look.
She slid back from the table quickly and silently. The rest of us bent down to look. Oh look, it's bomb too.
Whoa.
Bomb!
Really? That makes two then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
I didn't
Who the
even
hell
remember
would do
looking for
that?
Alice at this point because it was 2 timelines ago. We were all out looking for Alice. It could have been any of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect. Is that right?
Yeah, Quark's off the list too.
But Tenmyoji, you have no proof that you spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane. Listen to yourself. There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb.
Tomioji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
I turned in time to see her grab something from under the table.
It looks like a memory card.
Ooh, it's a
Where was
purple
it?
one.
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here when we examined this room.
Do you think they dropped it accidentally?
Unless it was left here intentionally, yes. I imagine so.
What do you think's on it?
Let's take a look. Could I see it for a minute?
Yeah, I guess so.
I plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. Shoot, no dice. We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards. I don't see anything
So
here.
what do we do?
Come on, if I knew I'd be doing it.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If
Yeah,
no
we were still doing that,
is
weren't we?
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Yeah,
Oh
you're
yeah,
right.
because he triggered it early, hadn't he?
We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
Not much we can do except leave it here. Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True, but
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right. So we'll go back to the infirmary, give them the Accelavir, and then head to the Floor A warehouse.
Right.
I don't even know who I'm paired with right now.
This ought to do it. It might take a little while, but they should recover.
Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently on the cabinet with the other one. Still think we should have made more copies. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude cot. They both looked peaceful as they slept. The madness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone.
Are they really going to be all right?
Yes. The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Accelavir. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated,
it's only a matter of time before the
What if
virus
someone
is
else is
eliminated.
infected?
I believe so, yes. Oh man, what a relief. I was really worried.
Of course, in this timeline, no one's died yet, and now we've just saved 2 people. We have 2 bombs, but I mean, we're doing slightly better than the other timelines. Agreed. I gave her a reassuring pat on the back. Come on, go vote, damn it!
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
All right, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn. Don't even have time to catch our breath.
Come on, let's go. The Floor A warehouse is waiting. Really could do with a summary of who's paired with who and who's got what points. This, I think I've got 3 again. So no, I've got 1, haven't I? Because I allied and Alice betrayed me and haven't done another vote yet. So hopefully whoever's paired against me will not kill me. Where's Temyoji?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us. And this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
1-on-1, huh?
Ugh.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally. You know why?
Because I've only got 1 BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and
But you did it to
you know
me!
what happens then. I want to win, but I'm not that desperate. You see what I'm saying, right?
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had 1 BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick an ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kay and I are gonna be going 1-on-1 too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
This'll be a tough one then.
If one of them can get the other to ally and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points.
And Alice has 6 as well, because she betrayed
Look,
me.
Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
I know. You would like us both to vote ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. Okay, you're really gonna do it, right?
Yes,
Promise?
promise.
Well, I mean, yeah. Come on.
1 minute remains.
Shit, this is
I'm
bad.
with Luna against...
We need to move, now.
Indeed. Shall
What
we?
bleep am I voting against? What do you think about taking the one on the
Sounds
far
good.
left? As long as there's no dead body in there. Please don't be a dead body in there. Oh no, they haven't moved across, so we're okay. Who's left in the other one? Alice. Oh! Well then... I mean, she's going to ally because she's unconscious. But, you know, to choose anything other than ally
30
right now
seconds
is
remain
unconscionable.
until Amberdeck's game polling closes.
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary, so...
You're saying we should pick ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway.
Yes.
I know. It's not really fair to betray someone who isn't voting. Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the nunnery game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds remain until Amberdeck's game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2 results.
So everyone
will
should
be
have allied.
displayed. Thank you. For
I'm not sure
your
about Kay and Clover, though.
participation. Amberdeck's gates.
I think someone's going to have a 9. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. Because it looks like there's an end. Also, I'm really curious to see what happens if I betray Dio over here. I think I'd get an ending there as well. For me, the true ending is everyone getting out, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. Alright, let's go have a look at the results.
Okay.
Results from round 2 of the Amberdeck's game will now be displayed.
We know Alice is ally,
Please direct your attention to the results screen.
So Dio could have killed Fi by betraying her. And either Kay or Clover could have done betray. What? How the hell am I dead again? I mean, okay, betray is... Yeah, thanks, Alkesh. Betray is to be fair. They all said that they'd ally, but you know, Alice now has 9 points and can escape, and I'm dead again, but possibly not. Seriously.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
Yeah, there was nowhere in Hellfire I was going to trust Dio, which was good. And I don't know, Kay and Clover. Dio was always going to betray. Though he only had 5, so, you know, he would have been better doing ally. They would have all been better doing ally. How the hell did we get betrayed?
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Huh. What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No. That's not possible. How can Alice's vote be betray? It was a question I would never know the answer to. Unless she voted before, because I can't remember, we said we went to look for her. She would have taken one of the cards. Oh god, I can't, this was the first iteration we played. We've played like 15 hours of this game. So it's possible she voted no. Because as soon as you click accept, the doors close. They don't... Or do they open when you've voted? I don't know. There was a sharp quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. And I've got nothing to live for this time, really. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be an anesthetic Soparil. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Oh no! Sigma!
Why would Alice do this to me? Why would she kill me? I just freaking saved her life!
Get up!
Sigma!
Sigma!
No. Why?
My eyelids felt like they were made of lead, but I forced them open. Everything was growing blurry, but I noticed the door of the second AB room was open. No one had gone into that room. I'd watched them all. And yet there she stood. An apparition that couldn't possibly be real. Alice. The world was gradually going black, and my mouth refused to form words, but my head echoed with questions. How? Why? What was she doing there? Had she run in at the last moment after Luna and I entered our room? But even if she had, why choose betray? And the darkness closed over my mind as well, and my questions were gone. Forever. Game over! Finally, we died. And I get 2 achievements. That wasn't supposed to happen, and can't read that one. But one of them is for getting a bad ending, I think. Oh, every ending begins somewhere. Okay, cool. Thank you, Jesse. 16 hours and we finally get... But we haven't actually got an ending because we haven't got an ending. There's still question marks. That must be an ending for each of the 9 people then, I guess. Alice. Game over. Okay. So... What do people... What should we do next? Should we? I mean, we could go and do a whole bunch of thing. Or we could have a look what happens if we hit betray here. So if I hit betray here. Yeah. So that everyone votes betray. Yeah. Luckily, the
30 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
This is the first time we've picked betray. I feel very bad about it, but knowing what happens next, I don't feel bad, if you see what I mean. Luna and I stepped out.
Why? What happened to it's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting?
Because you'll find out in a
I
minute.
thought...
Except now she hates me. I don't like this ending. There was nothing I could think of to say. Even I didn't really understand why I'd picked betray instead. Well, yes, it's now going to not have her in the room, and it'll automatically have voted ally, but then I'll have 3 points. She's not going to die either way. It almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my brain was making the decision. Perhaps I'd been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my finger to the betray button against my will. I'm now an evil spirit. Right, well, we should go see the results.
Really? We already know what they are. It's just simple math.
The look in her eyes was more painful than any punch I'd taken. Turned and almost ran towards the projector, anything to get away from those eyes. Please at least say betray.
Results from round 2 of the Amberdeck.
Please say betray, 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 betray. And then she'll go, oh, you saved your life. Betray, betray. Betray, betray. Betray. Betray! Yes! She's gonna go, but, and you're alive! Please, please, Luna, please forgive me. That now I just saved my life. Please, Luna, please forgive me. Also, that is a terrible result board.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes and looked again. Ah, now we actually get to the questioner though. No, how can Alice's vote be betray? That's not possible. Alice? She was standing inside the second room from the left. The room that should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling. Where had she come from? As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move towards us. From around me, I heard a chorus of muted gasps. It seemed we were united in our surprising confusion. Alice drew to a stop in front. What the hell's happened to Quark and Temioji if Alice is in there? Alice drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh? Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it?
Victim? You just killed me, like literally a second ago.
Coward.
Me? A coward? You've got some balls saying that to me after you picked betray. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you? Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
But
honestly.
you just tried to kill me!
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible. I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people. A result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
As long as you didn't hurt Temioji. Ow, my knee.
Yes. Right in the nick of time, too.
But you just tried to kill me, Alice. You just tried
About
to kill
10
me.
seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You just tried to kill me.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
You're full of shit. Self-defense, my ass. You chose betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I picked ally, you would have had 9, and I'd be dead. That's what you were trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me, and I just saved your freaking life! Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid. I knew you'd choose betray.
No, I didn't, actually. I chose ally, and you killed me.
There was...
Tell the truth.
That is the truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone. Yes. If Dio had chosen ally, Phi would have killed Tenmyoti. And if she'd chosen ally, Dio would have killed her.
Yeah, but we knew that Dio
I
was
don't
going to
wanna be
betray.
rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
No one's trusting anyone right now. No one's getting out because everyone's just going to hit betray. I turned to look at the results again. Before, I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized there was only one word across all the roster. Betray. Whatever trust we'd managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else? No one trusts Dio. Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Alright, guys, pay attention. You've probably already figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never going to get out of here. We need to work together. I might as well have been talking to a brick wall.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
Okay.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution. Sorry.
Dio?
Well, in that case...
A2 Phi?
Yeah, sorry.
Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. Dio and Kay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here.
Well, you tried to kill me, so I'm allowed to be a little angry.
Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
I watched them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Time travel knowledge is not a good excuse. Yeah, I know. Dio's been an ass from the beginning. Notwithstanding the fact he tried to kill me. But, yeah. Picking ally has made me feel better, but it's not been quite good. Not been good. Except in my Luna one. Which was... Which one was my Luna one? The first one. Oh yeah! My Luna one is great. I have points, but everyone's freaking dead!
Everyone's gone.
You aren't gonna leave too?
No,
Are you sure? I chose betray.
I know. But I still believe in you, Sigma.
Thank you, Luna.
I think your hand must have just slipped or something. Right?
My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Luna, it bit my lip. Before I could think of anything, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse. It's gonna randomize the bracelets.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh?
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over, too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet? Do you
Why?
remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Well, the last time I was paired up with Phi, and we went with Luna through a white door. I'm a blue cyan pair.
I'm a magenta pair.
Oh, we don't get paired up. I wonder how the others
They
are.
could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
We've got about 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. So what should we do now?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah, physically and emotionally. I don't like how this is going. Won't matter how many times you repeat the AB game if no one trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal. Something to unite our hearts and minds.
The bombs? Yeah, but we've already got something like that. We want to get out of here. That seems like a pretty clear goal for me, but everyone chose betray, including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy?
An
Yes,
enemy?
a common foe. Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb when she gave Alice and Quark the Accelerate. Yeah, that might work. If we can figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone else would work together again.
Right.
But how do we figure out who it is?
Well, do you have any clues?
Clues, huh? Yes! The memory card! Pulled it out of my pocket and held it out towards her.
What's this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped
Really?
it. Yeah. I don't know what's on it though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
I guess we can't really use it then.
There's a thing in the infirmary.
Wait a second. You know what? I think I might have seen something.
Huh?
Yes, I remember. The infirmary.
That's what I
I
just said.
saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Theo and Quark. There was a memory card just like that one. Yes, I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
And we fairly trust Temioji and Quark, so... Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover and Temioji. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we left him asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
I opened my mouth to retort, then thought better of it. If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb and the memory card, and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the latter.
Okay.
Then stick it in already!
Go ahead.
No comment. Right! Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size to fit a memory card. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. Okay, let's have a look. I can see one. I can see one. I can see one. I can see the same two lines repeated over and over again, if I'd have realised it. What is this?
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set. In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat. Yeah.
Is this some kind of code or something?
It doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there? No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we get is this gibberish. Hey Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Oh, like the knife! Myrmidons. For some reason I felt like I'd heard that name before. Yes, it's on the knife.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
Oh, Dio is definitely a Myrmidon.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Is it a video cipher?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb? It was said by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems
Where
likely.
where are they hiding the bombs? Getting the bombs from? Too many questions. Ah, damn. I have a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing say?
I don't know.
What?
How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
See.
Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code? You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. Just what kind of hell a job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do. They are spies.
Sorry, but I can't. Because
Why
you
not?
might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
That's idiotic. Of course I'm not.
Really? And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I'm not your enemy. I'm your ally. I'm your friend. I just want us all to get out of here. Just please tell us. Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she'd leapt up and run out of the room. Hey, wait, Alice! I took off after her. What am I going to do? Tackle her?
How long are you going to keep following me?
As long as it takes, until you tell me what you know.
Then why don't you just ask Clover? You already
Clover?
know she works with me. Then why
Well,
don't
yeah.
you...
I wanted to hear it from you. I suspect there's glue involved.
Why?
That's a good question. Remember the crew quarters? Or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anyone else here. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
She spun around to hide it, but I caught a flush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended, next to the pond. But yeah, there's still that gravestone with a keyhole that we never opened. I stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
You don't hate me?
What? Why?
I tried to kill you.
You mean in the AB game?
Yes. I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game.
I mean, you betrayed me twice.
And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it. Things just went downhill from there.
What do
I
you mean?
remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying. And everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was real. Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
It's probably the Radical Six.
Yes, I think so.
No, I'm fairly certain she's basically wearing a necklace and a jacket. Nude-coloured top would make slightly more sense.
I don't remember much after that, but when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could. It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you. God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you? Just do it!
What? Do what?
Kill me! Get it over with!
What the hell, Alice? I'm not gonna kill you! I don't even hate you!
You're lying! I could have killed you! I would have killed you!
You did kill me. Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. Then another and another, leaving shining lines across her face. Yeah, well, we already know that certain people, artists, don't understand how, you know, boobs work and how clothes work with boobs. So, yeah, but it's not a nude top. She's wearing a necklace and a coat, jacket thing. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking her tears with it.
Why are you doing this? You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
That's what every guy wants to hear, right? That's who you were after, right? The people who killed your dad.
Yes.
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried?
Of course. Ah, come on.
If you keep your mouth shut, I'll tell you what you want to know. About myself. And about the Myrmidons. Deal?
Sure. My lips are sealed. Yeah, it's like someone just paints them on and then, you know, there's some games where the damn things just move independently of each other. I mean, that's just not how biology works.
Really?
What, crying? I don't remember any crying.
Good. All right then.
Alice took a deep breath and began. Finally, we're getting some story! My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation, and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist, and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which is why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the US. From my 9th birthday, we've been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. When my father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realise something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realise it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her as a single mother alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and in every line of her face I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments which made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in maths. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that they may have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. ICE! SOIS, we've seen that before. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. There's totally going to be a clone in this thing, or maybe each time we start we're clones of ourselves, and maybe the dead lady is just like an older version of one of us. Oh, this is getting even more intriguing. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Well, no, because that doesn't work. It's DNA. It degrades, I think. So each time you clone, you get a more imperfect copy or a damaged copy, I think. Unless that's something I just read in a book. Now at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. Of course he is. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or age. We could be K. The Myrmidons are closely associated with a cult known as Free the Soul. That's what Quark said. Free the Soul. We believe that Free the Soul provides their funding. But trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, it's like trying to nail Jello to a wall. My email is trying to take over my thing. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumours say he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. Well, Temioji did say that he was offered a deal to come here. I wonder if that means anything. At that point I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Oh, then one day I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine... Oh, right, there we go. Ha! So that's the scene that we saw. And we were like, oh my god, it's Alice! It was Alice, but not the mummy Alice. That still would be so cool. I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. It was Clover! That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got what was about the last answer I'd expected. They told me they'd been locked up inside the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. No! Santa and June are not! In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. No, Santa and June are not Myrmidons. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. Well, 7 was the police! After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. Good. We did, however, discover that mysterious disappearance and the subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man, who I'll just call H for now, had been bound and placed in the trunk. According to the other 4, he'd been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. Hongu Gontero. Hongu. Yeah. More specifically, I supposed H was a member of Free the Soul and very committed to their cause. So why had he kidnapped all these children? Apparently he'd been part of an experiment designed to test the abilities of certain people to access what's called the morphogenetic field. Don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousness of certain other people. To be honest, it might just be simpler to call it telepathy. The SOIS had heard of this particular ability before and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. Radical 6. And of course she saw Myrmidon and the knife that killed the old lady in the other timeline and went, I know exactly who that is, but then she thought Luna was the Myrmidon agent. I don't know. My boss has decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiment, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I had hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last, I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps... Damn it, I missed what that said. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was fake and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last in a basement room I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body! Oh my god, it's going to be her dad. It was my father. He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. They had beaten him to death. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He'd said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they'd killed him. It's really sad. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me. But once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. Sometime later I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. Maybe he's a clone. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers, comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness, not for the monsters who put my father through this. They'd destroyed my family. I would make them pay even if I had to die to do it. That night I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the motherlode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time our operation would succeed. This time, I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time. We gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028, that's a familiar date, was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then, on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. She was taken 3 days before me. So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room?
Yes. Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Thanks. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Who here is a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bombs. And based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that this person is a Myrmidon.
Yes.
Right? And I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
What do you propose we do?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Clues? Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but...
How can we do that?
I told you. We need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
What's a key?
A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. The Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Wait, a long string of numbers? Could that be... Oh, please tell me we don't hit another lock. Yes! We haven't seen a long string of numbers yet. Oh, we finally got an ending at least. We got another lock. Okay, so I'm going to see what happens if I'd have betrayed Dio. Because, yeah, I'd like to not die.
What are you gonna do?
Don't really have a choice. Clover and I walked slowly out of the AB room. Dio glanced over at us as he exited his own room. I looked away before he could make eye contact.
Sigma, why? After all that stuff you said. I mean, it's not like I'm criticizing you. I think you made the right decision. You don't need to apologize. I think I would have chosen betray if I was in your position.
I didn't want to die. Well, I already died. Or, I already partially died. Hi, Dan. So in this one we have Dead Lady and sick Quark. Yeah! We died! Alice betrayed us! And then we did the other side of it, and we hit a lock. But we got a whole bunch of information about the people that set the bombs, and who with a knife, the Myrmidons, which was cool. And then I decided to see what happened if we betrayed Dio.
We'll find
So we
another
didn't
way,
die.
alright? We just have to keep an eye on Dio. As soon as he gives us an opening, we take it. And I'm sure Alice will help us too.
Did you tell her?
It's okay. We can trust Alice. There's no way she told him. Anyway, let's go check the results.
Yeah. I don't think anyone else is dead. I think Quark is sick. So, oh yes, that was it. Kay and Alice, they betrayed Temyoji. So I think Temyoji's with Quark, so they were obviously going to be ally. So Kay somehow betrayed Alice. That was it. Luna and Phi obviously allied because Quark was going to ally, and 2 points is better than none. Though they could still that'd only be -2. And, of course, Dio betrayed us, but we betrayed him. So Kay now has 9 points.
Results from round 2. Please check your bracelet.
But what does that mean for Kay, then?
Hey, what the hell is this?
Sorry, I decided to choose betray.
Oh, so you don't care what happens to Quark?
And what kind of a cold-hearted bastard are you?
Jeez.
Please. Just give it back.
Hey, Sigma? What are you talking about?
We found the Accelavir. In the lab.
And Dio stole it. What? You mean he has it? Right now?
Nah, I don't have it.
What?
Well, I won't have it in about 2 seconds.
The moment the words left his mouth, I knew what he planned to do. No, don't. I leapt towards him as I spoke, but it was already too late. Dio snatched the vial out of his pocket, brought it up. You bastard! And threw it to the ground.
No!
Bastard. Ha! Exactly.
What are you doing?
A promise is a promise. If you'd chosen ally, this never would have happened.
No, but I got stuck on an ending.
You want to
so-
blame someone? Blame yourselves.
Ugh. Yes, I mean, you've got to respect the fact that he wasn't bluffing, but when we did choose ally, he was going to totally walk out that door without giving us the bottle, so. And I was dying. The only reason I not died is because I had a lock, which I think I need that Clamoxy Whatsit thing to neutralize the other thing. But, I mean, this is the ending that really galled me, because Alice killed me. And the same thing happened, but I didn't die, I hit a lock. It's just really weird. I'd had enough. Something snapped in my brain. Bastard. Grog! I let out a guttural roar and leapt forward. Only to be stopped short by a firm hand on my arm. It was
Hold
fine.
it.
Why are you stopping me?
Because this isn't the time for that.
Huh? What do you mean this isn't the time
Look at
for
the number 9 door.
Kay! Kay was indeed standing in front of the door. What is he?
No!
9. His BP is 9.
What?
Suddenly we were all running towards Kay and the number 9 door. That's it. Well, it's obviously going to be an ending. Then we get 2 endings. Then I guess we go to use some different doors. What the hell do you think you're doing?
What am I doing? Well, that should be obvious. But if you insist, I am attempting to leave.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I assure you, I would do no such thing. I am perfectly serious. After a rational assessment of the facts, I have concluded that this is the wisest course of action. What is currently our highest priority? The answer is, of course, to save Quark. He must be taken to a hospital as soon as possible. For that to happen, one of us must escape and call for help. Currently, the only one of us capable of doing so is myself. That is why I intend to escape.
And leave us all behind.
Unavoidable, but as I said, I do intend to call for help.
Couldn't you have at least waited until the next round? Then you could have raised Quark's BP to 9 and taken him with you.
And what would happen if Dio was Quark's opponent in the next round? I have no illusions about what Dio would do. This is the most logical choice.
I mean, if you're telling the truth, that is indeed logical and honourable, but you are trapping us in here forever.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Wait! Where's Alice?
Ah, yes. Alice is in the AB room. She has collapsed, but you needn't be concerned. She is only sleeping.
Oh no, what did you do to Alice?
You will need to ask her yourself. I must take my leave.
Hey! God damn it! Wait!
Dio charged at K, but the larger man easily sidestepped him and tumbled nimbly through the door just before it closed.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible.
But we can have a good explore.
Please enjoy your stay.
Trapped with a terrorist and a dead lady. Game over. Is that a proper ending? Do I get an icon? Nope, still don't get an icon. But I got an ending. I got Alice game over and Quark game over. Why is that Alice game over? I'm the one that died. Okay, so we've got 2 locks, plus this one is actually a lock. It just doesn't look like a lock. That's the username and password that it needs. So it's a case of choosing the other. That's a betray option, isn't it? I don't want to betray Luna. Let's betray Alice.
Hey, it's almost time. What are you gonna pick? If you aren't going to do it, then
No, I'm fine. I'll do
You're
it.
gonna choose betray, right?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
All
I actually
right,
am.
Take it away.
30 seconds.
Stood in front of the selection screen, took a deep breath. That was it. There was only one possible choice. Betray. Ow.
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
Need my battery for tomorrow.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
Yeah, because that one, I picked Ally, but it was against Alice.
Thank you for your participation. Ambidex Gates.
So, did we discover a bomb yet? I don't remember. It's fine, I stepped out. Could see the others running towards the projection, shoving and pushing to get closer.
Well, You chose what I wanted you to choose. I guess I should say thanks. So, thanks.
Aw, come on. You don't need to do that. I just made the obvious choice.
Obvious?
Well, I'm sure Alice chose Betray. That means we pretty much had to choose Betray, right?
How do you know what she's going to choose?
Because I already played this bit before. I guess you could say I just know.
Are you making fun of me?
Maybe.
Yo, what's up? Siggy! Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Let's go. We'll find out if you made the right choice.
Alright.
Good.
So, Luna gets betrayed, Temiochi gets betrayed, and Alice and I give as good as we get.
Looks like you're all here. Finally. Let's get ready to rock! Ambidex game! Round 1! The results! If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Yep, Temiochi gets betrayed. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! We're mean people in this one. But Alice did betray us. Quark obviously got to the button quick enough on that one. No way Dio chose to ally. So Alice and Temioji have 1 point.
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
No, I feel bad, but Vi likes me. Hey Alice, I'm sorry. What the hell is this?
What?
You chose Betray last time. So I chose Betray too.
Wait a minute.
Why?
Last time? What on earth are you talking about?
Can you tell me one thing?
What?
When exactly did you press the button?
5 minutes before the deadline. There's that announcement, right? I pressed it right after that. Why?
What? No, that can't. What was going on? When Fino chose Ally, Alice picked Betray, but how do we know this?
I just made the most rational choice. The best way to minimize risk and maximize reward in this situation is to choose Betray. Anyone who thinks otherwise is, well, an idiot.
But this time I chose Betray and her vote changed to Ally. Why? What was different? Had history somehow changed because of my choice? No, that was insane. If Alice had somehow known that I had chosen Betray and chosen Ally in response, at least that would have followed the principle of cause and effect. Hi, Riki. But what had just happened was something entirely different. There was no way Alice could have known what we would choose when she made her decision, because she did it 5 minutes before the thing, and we did it like 30 seconds to go. Besides, if she had known we intended Betrayer, there's no way she would have chosen Ally. In other words, she must have made her decision without any knowledge of ours. Let's say we're talking about a game of rock, paper, scissors. I throw out a rock. Right after that, Alice throws down paper. Obviously, I lose. So I go back in time and decide to whip out the scissors this time. This time, Alice chooses rock. I lose again. But that's fine, because it still all makes sense. My actions in the past caused Alice's actions in the future. Easy. But what had just happened in the AB game wasn't like that. Let's go back to that innocent game of rock, paper, scissors. time Alice is the one who threw her hand out first. But in this situation, there's no way for me to know what it is. So I decided to go with rock. Now Alice's choice is revealed. Turns out she went with paper. Damn it. I lose and I'm pissed off. So once again I go back in time to try and change history and erase my loss. What will I choose this time? That's not even a question. Scissors, obviously. After all, the last time Alice went with paper. Here's the important part. When I make this choice, Alice has already made her choice. Sure, of my victory, I throw out a pair of scissors, but... what the hell? My rage would be white hot. How could this have happened? Why? Alice's hand had been paper before. How did it change to rock? Obviously, there's no cause and effect here. Since Alice's choice was in the past and mine was in the future. How could that even happen? How could the future influence the past? But... it wasn't theoretical now. This had actually happened. What the hell was going on? No, wait. Why the bleep was I talking so casually about going back in time? That kind of stuff doesn't happen in real life. Right, of course. Time travel is impossible. There is absolutely positively no way to travel through time. But, if that was true...
The best way to minimize risk and maximize reward in this situation is to choose betray. Anyone who thinks otherwise is, well, an idiot. Hey, did you have a stroke or something?
Sorry.
Besides, why do I have to answer your questions? I should be the one yelling at you. Because of you two, I've only got one BP left.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right! What in God's name is wrong with you?
I'm sorry. Really, I seriously feel terrible about this.
Forget it. I'm never going to trust you or Phi again. You'll pay for this.
Well, that went badly. Alice storms off. She threw one last hurt, scornful look over her shoulder as she left and stabbed me right through the heart. One of the other teams seemed to be dealing with a similar issue.
I really don't know what I can say. We had no idea you would choose ally.
No way I'd choose betray. I'm with Clover on the other side.
What? What do you mean?
Do you have an interest in Clover?
What? No, that's not... No.
What is it then?
Well,
You'd have to be crazy to pick ally. The only way it'd make any sense to do that is if you really, really trusted the other person.
So you're saying you don't trust me then?
Duh! Are you senile? Why the hell would I trust some old geezer I just met a few hours ago?
Oh, I see. Say no more. Didn't think it'd hurt this much.
He knows Clover somehow.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You're starting to get kind of creepy.
Creepy, huh? I understand.
Ah, congratulations, Jesse.
I guess I just haven't had enough time to earn your trust.
I look forward to reading it and going, ha! I'm never getting that achievement.
I suppose you could say that. I just didn't really expect you to be so nice about it.
Well, looks like those guys managed to get through this all right. Figure that means the fault here's gotta be mine.
Huh? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Don't worry about it. We only did what anybody else would do. Right, Mr. Dio?
Yeah, exactly.
Dio, Quark and Luna, on the other hand, seem to have resolved things amicably by choosing ally. No doubt we were all wishing we'd done the same. Except that I tried to do that last time. But why had Dio sounded so awkward? Well, you wrote a bleeding essay, Jesse. Jesus. What had happened in the AB room? Only Dio and Quark knew for sure.
Zero, when does the next round start?
What makes you think we'll be having another round?
Okay, so...
Alice and I only have one BP.
Okay, so this is the one where we found the bombs when we were searching the rooms. So nothing bad has happened yet. Oh, thanks for the host, Dopey.
That means we'd have less than 0 if we lost 2 points.
What? What the hell? This is important stuff. Why didn't...
Sorry.
Sorry's not going to cut it. I thought you were supposed to tell us...
Well,
Is there anything else? It's not fair to make people...
I think it's fair. After all, it's not like anybody else knew. Right? Right, Fido?
Yeah, I guess so.
Took a moment to go over everything in my head. We already know this, come on. Last time bombs in the crew quarters, so we'll go there first.
Oh, Sigma. Perfect timing.
You were in the crew quarters before, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. Violet and I went through all the rooms.
Did you find anything suspicious?
Like a secret door or something?
If I had, you really think I wouldn't have told you?
Anything else out of the ordinary, perhaps?
Out of the ordinary?
What's this book?
Huh? Oh, that's a book of meowed cats.
A meowed?
Oh, sorry. It's just this thing that happened to me ever since I was a kid. Whenever I start talking about cats, I start talking like one. It doesn't really mean anything, though.
Oh, okay.
That's weird. So what's the cat book about?
Oh, well, there's this quantum physics thought experiment called Schrodinger's cat. This book talks about it.
Oh, yes, I've heard about that. A cat is put in a box with a device that has a random chance to release a poison. That means the cat is both alive, something like that, right?
Meowby.
What?
I don't really know anything about it.
So
Only
it
telling you what fact.
probably isn't gonna give us any hints then.
Orc, you're doing it too.
Oops.
Yep. Well, what about you guys?
What do you mean?
You checked out the lounge with Clover and Tomioji, and Quark was in the infirmary with Dio and Luna. Anything
Well,
suspicious
this
there?
whole facility... I suppose that's not... Well, the puzzles in the lounge were lunar eclipse themed.
Lunar eclipse?
Yes. Apparently, there's supposed to be a lunar eclipse on December 31st, 2028. All the puzzles were related to that somehow.
Isn't that this New Year's Eve?
I suppose it is. Well, I can't say I know what year, or even what day it is, but Clover was saying something to that effect.
Lunar eclipse. What did that have to do with any of this?
What about the infirmary, Quark? Did you find anything there?
Yeah, we did find something. Just one thing, though.
What was that?
You and Luna didn't tell you?
I haven't touched it yet.
I got it right here. Just a second.
Newspaper clipping. Article 6. Is this
It seems a little hard. Yes, it does.
No, it's not the first time. Was that true, though? Was that really the first time I'd heard it? Couldn't shake the feeling that I'd heard Radical 6 somewhere before. But where? And why?
If it is true, then I worry about what might be happening to the world outside. Is there a pandemic raging on the other side of these walls?
Well, I don't think there's any reason for us to get all worried about it. We should just hurry up and try to find out how to get out of here.
Quark has a point. If we want to know what's going on outside, the fastest way to find out is by...
Good! Mr. K and I will keep searching the cabins then. What are you gonna do? Okay.
Then we will see you later.
Lounge. I need some more tea. So I will be back momentarily. We went into the lounge and Vi said, "Oh, hey, Sigma."
Can I get you a seat?
Are you some kind of waitress?
What do you want?
What do you mean, what do I want? I just came here to check upon you guys. So, how's it going? This is the lounge, huh? Bar, sofa, and 3 ladies. I feel like I'm in the Oh, dude.
Can I get you a drink?
You better not be
I
underage.
turned 21 just the other day.
That's a lie, though.
Why not? Really? It seems like this... Sigma?
It hasn't gone away.
Are you alright?
Headache. One place I hadn't gone, infirmary. I was talking about headache and stuff. I've done that before. It only lets me skip stuff I've not seen, so. Tamio, Jimmy, Alice, Dio. So, this is the infirmary, huh?
What are you doing here?
Still mad, huh?
Obviously.
Oh, come on now, you don't have to get your panties in a bunch.
That's easy for you to say, Dia. You're sitting pretty at 5 BP. Temioji and I only have 1. You do understand what that means, don't you?
That's no reason to take your anger out on people. You won't get your BP back by being a jerk to him.
What's this?
So we get a door choice, then a votey choice. And whatever that left door is and an ally vote gets us out of here, I reckon.
You're gonna take his side? I thought you, of all people, would agree with me.
I do.
No, you don't. You don't get it. Why would you care? You've got, what, maybe 5 years left? Maybe less? I'm not like you. I'm still young. I want to live a long life. There's so many things I still want to do.
Like what?
Well, let's see. I want to wear lots of gorgeous clothes. I want to eat tons of delicious food and fall in love.
What an idiot.
Excuse me?
And I was going to take your side, but after that load of horse shit, you're on your own.
I think she said the same thing when she tried to kill us, so.
You still don't believe him?
Of course not.
Okay, is a bit of a mystery, but what about some of the others? Clever.
I think she's a student. At night, she's a waitress or a bartender or something.
It's nothing. Just forget about it. Yeah, you're right. Boy his age would be in elementary school.
You really don't know much, do you? About Quark, I mean.
And if it makes you feel better, sure.
Well, I know. I got her talking when she says she's got some...
She's a nurse?
Suddenly.
There you are! You have to come with me!
What's
Okay,
wrong?
there's a bomb.
We found something really bad in the crew quarters.
Yep, so we still get the bomb, whatever.
Something?
Bad.
Just hurry! It'll make sense when you see it.
Walk first in the room, followed quickly by me, Alice, Tamioji, and Dio. Said nothing, just pointed under the bed. There was a bomb.
A bomb! At least that's what Mr. K said.
No way.
So, thank you, Sigma. Goodbye.
Maybe that's just the desert and not the moon, but... Same bomb on my premonition.
We need to get everybody else in.
No, it's okay. Mr. K's already. They should be here really soon.
I'm gonna get some discussion on antimatter.
See? Where is it? You said there was a bomb.
Okay.
There it is. You see?
Oh, I can't remember who discovered it last time. For several long moments we just stared in silence. Slowly we began to eye one another. Old suspicion suddenly reawakened. It was fire who finally broke the silence.
Doesn't look like it has a timed detonator. There must be a remote somewhere.
There we go. Who was the
It
first
was
person
me.
to find this?
I found it while Quark and I were investigating this area. We split up to collect the rest of you.
How did you know it was a bomb?
I have seen it before.
When?
I'm not sure.
Because of the amnesia?
Yes.
Are you kidding me? We don't even know if it's a real bomb. Are you gonna tell me you believe that guy who can't remember his own fucking name knows a bomb when he sees it?
No. Kay is right. That's a bomb.
How do you know?
I just do, okay?
You sounded pretty sure about the switch, too. How do you know all this?
Let's just say it's an occupational hazard.
What kind of occupation do you have?
I can't tell you that.
Spare me the bullshit. This isn't time for keeping secrets.
Please, just trust me.
So we've possibly got a clone, a time traveler, and a robot, as well as a terrorist in this little group.
Look, I know I'm repeating
Let's
myself.
guess who's who.
But I'm sure that's a bomb. And it's not just any kind of bomb.
How's everyone doing this Friday? Anyway, had a good week?
It's an antimatter bomb.
Let's skip this bit. Tired.
Chromatic doors have 5 minutes.
Hey, the doors are open.
We need to figure out who's gonna go through which door.
Well, what are our options this time?
Pay attention. I'm only saying this once. Just like the last time we...
Luna and I are paired up with Clover. Okay. You're kind of floppy. Oh dear. Okay, so Temioji and Alice have 1 point. Temioji pairs up with Dio. That way Alice is totally going to die. But... Okay. I didn't realize I was paired up with Luna. Luna and I pair up with Phi. Dio against Clover. Walk and Kay against Alice. Oh, Luna and I pair up with Alice. She's not going to want to pair up with us, is she? We might betray her, so...
3 minutes remain.
Okay, everyone.
Well, you decided the first time, right? Then can I decide this time? I think I deserve it. I only have 1 BP left. Doesn't it seem like the fair thing is to let the person who's at the greatest disadvantage choose?
But apparently I get a choice. If she says she just doesn't want to go with me, then that's fine.
Wouldn't you agree?
That means you should get to choose too. I mean, you've only got 1 BP, right?
You've got a point. But how about we listen to what Alice wants first? So tell us, which door and which people do you want?
The green door. And I want to go with Kay and Quark.
I see. Option B, then. that means Tenmyoji and Dio will go with Clover through the blue door. Is that all right with you, Tenmyoji?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
Why? If we go through there together, that means you'll be playing against me in the next AB game. Are you really, really sure?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Matter of fact, that's why I want to go with you.
I don't think they'll kill him.
You said you didn't trust me, right? Well, I'd like to change your mind. I figure this will give me the chance. I've been wanting to pair up with Alice, too. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Oh, and that is?
We'll get to that later.
Anyway, Alice's first choice would be option B then?
Yes, I get.
What about the rest of you? Is that okay too?
I mean, yeah. Thought about it for a moment. If I went with option B, then Luna and I would go through the red door with Vi. As far as how I felt about that. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't have any problems with it.
So that's my choice, yes or no. There we go. There were no objections.
Then we're all set. Let's go, everybody.
10 seconds remain. 9, 8, 7.
I haven't done a choice yet on this, so it doesn't really matter which I choose. We nod quickly to one another and split up. I haven't paired with K on anything. Or Quark. Oh, Tenmyoji.
2.
Okay, all the
1.
women. And Dio.
0.
Arse face Dio.
Chromatic doors closing.
I would love to have gone up against Dio and stolen his points, but he would have betrayed us, so we'd have just gone nowhere, so... We'll just stick with Ali this time. We're going into the lab. Huh?
Off
Dead
the
end.
door.
All doors
Yeah,
are
looks
locked.
like it.
Yeah.
It looks like
Got a lever. Try pulling it, Sigma. It might be dangerous. Maybe it'll... Or possibly it shocks you. Who knows?
Right, then I have no choice. Did you really think I'd say that, you heartless monster? There's nothing on the other side, is
What's
there?
that supposed to mean?
Yeah, sorry for the confusion. I was talking about your breath.
It's called dressing modestly. I'll have you know I'm a C-cup.
Dude, we don't... Ah. I'm not even bothering to read that. What the fuck? We continued in that vein for some time until Luna pulls the lever.
What?
it sounded like you two might take a while, so I pulled the lever. Is that okay?
Yes.
Only the one on the left opened.
The others are still shut tight.
Well, we should get going anyway.
Yeah.
Do we get a new room? I want to solve some puzzles today. I've had a lot of story. Ooh. Yeah, this looks new. What the hell is it? Ooh, lots of levers in this one. So, right. So this is not... If we'd have said no, we'd have had the potential to do that ending thing. For now, it looks like Ally gets us some more story, Betray gets us dead. Judging by the shortness, unless they extend.
It looks like some kind of control room.
I can see a huge machine of some sort on the other side of this window.
It's an alien!
Maybe a generator?
Why does my email keep popping up over my browser? It's really annoying. Yeah, okay, Betray gets me... Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'm an idiot, yes. Betray would get me out. Except that... Would Fi not pick Betray? There's a new one? God, they're piling up, Paul. I haven't even got the last one yet. I'll have to do that, because you wanted to do a stream. I can't remember when we decided. Can you maybe ping me a DM with your dates? Again, because I'm tired to make a decision at the moment. And then I'll get the game sorted and let you know. We've still got Irony Curtain to do as well. Right, well, let's
We need
split up and look
cards with the
around.
moon on them for the next AB game,
They'll be
right?
in the safe. Yeah. They're probably in this room
Then
somewhere.
let's get started.
I'm finally heating up. I was cold. I'm very tempted, depending on how long it takes. I don't want to play too long tonight because I do want to actually get some sleep for EXO tomorrow. But it might be, once we've solved this, we get a story, we get the choice. If we pick Betray and see. More like Partyfex Mundi. Well, looks like it's the control panel covered with screens and buttons. Apparently it looks like it's the control panel, everyone. That's the door we came through. This is some kind of weird machine. It's an analyzing machine, okay. That's totally going to give us the code. Ooh, hello. Some sort of switches. Ah. 320. The lever's missing. Ah, right, so... Here, we need a lever first. On off, 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 on. Okay, so that's obviously a clue. Hello, we've got some codes. Wow, oh god, maths! But we've got to set 2 times by the looks of it, hours and minutes. Yeah, I know, but I don't know the numbers yet. And that one has more maths! Yeah, it's not that you don't get it, it's just that we can't solve it yet. It's the weekend, no more maths until Monday. Okay. Alright, so we've got a compass and a protractor. Some kind of code. We had that in the security office as well. Machinery. Worst Beastie Boy. Oh, apparently I came up with a song today, or a song title, or some song lyrics, because we were talking about baby sign language, and then I was like, well, I can spell my name in sign language. And my colleague was like, well, you know, they don't teach them the alphabet, because, and I was like, oh yeah, because baby can't speak, baby can't spell. Yeah, but it gets even better than that, because then the guy who was sitting behind us randomly, because there are no chairs anywhere for everyone, was like, oh, it sounds like a song, and I was like, ah, but baby can text, because Evie totally sent me a text during my extra live stream, and then we were talking about rolling over, and it was like, well, so it came out as baby don't speak. Oh, baby can't spell because baby don't speak, but baby can text. That's just how I roll, or something along those lines. It was really weird. And then it was like, then we came up with a name for our indie band, which I can't remember right now. It was something about inadequate men, I think. More cardboard boxes. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was funny either which way. Oh, hello. Ooh, numbers. I like numbers. highlighter colours. Okay, so if we find the right colour, then we can get the code for the locker, I imagine. PP bands. Oh, polypropylene. Hello, we've got a clock. It says 11,400 seconds. That's basically an hour, right? 24 hours, 12 hours. It's the safe again. Are you all settled in, Leaky? I think you said you got a hotel room for thingy tomorrow. Oh, it's 3 hours 10, is it? Thank you. Might need that. That was red, 3 hours 10. That's the lock. Levers! Ah, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Ah, test. Oh. It's got a green tea. Memory stick. USB scanner. Oh, hello. Screen changed. Okay. Yes, I got tea. Green tea. We need to find a blue E, a yellow S, and a DT, or does it have to do with that? So that would make it 7, 3, 1, 4. 7, 3, 1, 4. 7, 3, 1, 4. Thank you. So can we make 7? 5 plus 2. One plus 2. 2 divide 2. 4 plus 0. No. And that one, the red clock, was 3:10, you said. Hang on, we can write this in a memo. Yellow. And also we should probably put 3714. Sorry, 7314. Lest we forget. Okay. We've also... Oh, hang on, there's another clock here. 510 minutes. 8 hours 30. Thank you. That's an 8, honestly. It just looks drunk. The arrow looks drunk as well. Okay, right, so we've got... I'd missed that clock totally before. Let's try that now. Okay, so 8 hours 30. So what do we get? How do we get 8? 2 plus 6. Thank you. And then 30, 17 and 13. And then we want 310, so 2 plus 1, 4 plus 6. Yay! Go team! Thank you, team. Oh my god. Rainbow tree root. What am I supposed to do with it? Put it somewhere? Like, I don't know, on the machine? Okay. I'm going to try and combine it with the scanner. Nope. On the machine. Right, which machine? Ah, that machine. We're missing something. Okay. Yeah, a lever and power. Oops. Compass needle. Hang on. Expanded compass, because there's a line. Okay, alright, now we can try it. Okay, off. Where do we start? Off, on, off. Ah, maybe we start with the on? Because it's a different colour. On, off, on, off. Okay, so off, on, off. This is terrible writing. On. Off. Off. Is that right? Off. No, we're... Oh, yeah, there we are. Off, on, off, on in a different colour, off, off. It's not really a circle, but yeah. It's got to be to do with those switches. Ah, no, that's a different colour. Okay, so that's on, so that needs to be on. Those two are off, so that one wants to be on. Yeah, not only is it not a circle, but It's also no shape currently known to man. Yes, okay. You think it's the other way around? Well, that one's definitely on. Oh, you think switch 1 is off? Okay. On even. Ah, that worked. Yes. Well, I would have tried that next. Sigma, what are you doing? Don't break it. No, it wasn't me. It just fell off. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Like where? Well, we've got a lever, so we're going to use it on the lever puzzle thing. There's so much control panel that I know we must have missed something on that, so we'll just go with what we can do right now, and that is put a panel. Okay, liquid. Just the voltage by the flow, okay. Halved, okay. Unknowns. Okay. Puzzle! Only flow from top to bottom. Alright, so currently we've got 120 going down there, 120 split going down there, so then that's 120 plus 60 is 180, plus half of this, 105, which is also split, so okay, well we have to do something on this side. So that's 120, so that's got to be 60, so I'm not touching that. So we've got 120 coming down here, and 60. We need a 4 in the middle. 120 coming down here, plus 60 is 180. Half of that is 160, so that puts the 4 in the middle, so that's right. So that's 160, 80? No, it's 0. 0 is that one. Right, so 160 is coming down here, so that could be right. That one needs a 5. That one needs 300. All of 210 splits gets a 5 there. Right, I think that's right. There we go. Yes, I am a champion! And something's happening with the root scanner. Hello? Turn the power on! Can leave it alone now, okay. Full screen, nothing happens. That flashed at me, but it's kind of weird. Still seem to be missing something. What have we got left? So we used that. We've still got a colour thing to do. hello. What is that thing? An octopus. Don't eat it. Yeah. I think it's maybe an annihilation reactor? That doesn't sound good. Tidbits of information. Antimatter momentum. Yeah. Too complicated. It's the octopus's control room. Sound 314 didn't work though, did it? Where did I get the 7134 from? From going test and then looking at the green, the blue, the yellow, and then the pink. Oh! Okay. I thought I tried that before. It didn't work. Now it just edits. Okay. Oh, it's the blue safe code! Nice. Alright, well, we'll get our files then. I didn't expect that to work. Okay, star, star, moon. Not where the moon is. Because usually we get the green one first and have to hunt for the damn blue thing. Alright, let's see the secrets! Swimsuit. For some reason, Sigma, or perhaps the author, seems to be unnaturally obsessed with swimsuits. Why is that? Was he involved in a horrible swimsuit accident now repressed in his youth? Did he have a crush in high school on a girl on the swim team who put her Olympic aspirations ahead of any possible romance? Is he just a perv? The world may never know. Didn't even know. This device can be used in an emergency to deactivate the anti-mortar bombs hidden throughout the facility. It doesn't really have an official name. Sometimes it's called the designated computer terminal, but sometimes it's just the input device. The device has a small QWERTY keyboard beneath an LCD display. On the top is a large black cable which can be attached to the bomb you wish to deactivate, and entering the correct password on the keyboard will stop the detonation. Oh yes, of course. Antimatter reactor. It's a system that generates electricity, uses hydrogen power, powers a turbine, blah 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 blah. Looks like octopus. Anti-hydrogen atom. Oh god, I'm not reading that. TNT equivalent. Trinitrotrilene. Something about TNT. Equals MC squared and 63 kilojoules. Alright, that's just some maths about the bombs. So, vaguely useful. Okay, so this time we have test, green, blue, yellow, pink, and that. Green, blue, yellow, pink. 7314. So still do need a code for that other locker, because there's no way it's going to let me out of this room without solving all the puzzles. Or 7466... What? Why would we go bottom to top when there's an arrow that tells me to go left to right? Okay, let me just see if I can pick that device out of the scanner. Okay, I can get it back. Let me try. Damn it. You think the arrow is a red herring? Or how about I just combine it with the clipboard? Yeah. Okay. 7213 is actually the answer. I'm just gonna have to do some mutant letters. Yeah, we just needed the scanner or whatever it was to do the thing. Also, thanks, Jesse. Alright, 7. Two, 1, 3. There we go. Teamwork. I didn't think it would be as simple as combining it with the clipboard. Hello, we've got disc-shaped parts. Okay, we made something happen. Oh, hello. It's moving! Ready for what? Ugh. Cool, no worries. Thanks for your help, Jesse. I will see you later. Safe travels. I'm not going to go too much longer. I just want to see what happens if I betray Phi and get 9 points. It's a CT scanner. What time am I up tomorrow for XO? I've got the 10 till 2 session, so I'll be back. I may play more of this, but I may not. I'll be back for your stream. Thank you, Dopey. Yeah, meeting up with Leaky, and yeah, we've got the morning session, basically. I want to play Tunic, and Leaky wants to play the bird roller skating game. No, bird skateboarding game, and I want to try and win some Game Pass because, yes, Skatebird. There's a Game Pass machine thing that you can like win stuff. I want to get a pin. I don't have any pins. Skatebird does look funny. Sunday? Yes. Not Saturday though. Not tomorrow. I'll be tired. But Sunday, yeah, definitely. We'll do some Sojourn. Okay, so we're scanning the route. What does that do? Ah, whoa, okay. Get an Elite V2 D-pad. What? Oh! Right. If they've got a pad yeah, okay, customizey thingy, whatever. Okay. I'll have a look. If Skatebird doesn't feature a hawk called Tony, I'll be disappointed. Yes! I will too, Leaky, because that would be awesome. Okay, cool. I'll see what I can pick up, Jesse. I'm very tempted to pick up one of the controllers, just because I like the custom paintwork, but I do not need another controller. No, if they have a thing for your Elite, I'll definitely pick one up for you. You'll have to come over and get it, or figure out... No, it'll be small, it'll fit in the post. My slipper is falling off my foot. Hang on, let me put it back on. It got twisted round. I want to get some stickers if they've got stickers. I like stickers. So, what we see on the left is a slice. Oh, well, yeah, if I can hold the Elite, then that's fine. It's just the first one was so damn heavy. Because Patrick had one, and I was like, this is so heavy. E3 and FanFest had one. Yeah, I know, but often the UK people get screwed, and it is going to be the third day of EXO, so they probably sold out or given away everything. Yeah, because it started yesterday. Oh, no, I've only held the V1. Patrick has a V1, and I picked it up and I was like, oh my god, this is so heavy compared to my controller, which is not an Elite. So what I will do is if they've got an Elite 2, is pick it up and see. But I don't want to spend that much on a controller. Oh, no, sorry, you were replying to Dopey. I didn't see Dopey's message because they all went up at once. V2 is heavier. Okay. Right, something about roots. Let's see what happens. Okay. Hold the A button and press the left stick up and down where the image of the root is to scroll between layers. The bottom layer has 8 circles of different colours. 4 of these numbers are blank. Assign an appropriate number to each circle. The numbers you can see are displayed below the cross section. Alright, grab a number. Here goes. Okay, but... Alright, so 100. 416. 315. 620. Huh? Is that percentage? We start with 100. I don't know, let's put a number in. Ooh, that's yellow. Were you meant to be yellow? Well, that's clearly not right, else it would have done something, okay? Wouldn't it? Is that 4/16, 3/15, and 6/20, which are terrible fractions, because that's down to a quarter, a fifth, and 3/10. I don't know what the numbers mean. We've got just the clipboards left. Anyone have any ideas? Oh, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe? But then 15, 16, 20 doesn't make sense. And then how on earth does that compare to that? (4/16). That would make it 1 and 19. You think they're fractions? They're bad fractions, though. And 4 over 16 is a quarter. So if that's the quarter, then that is actually 6. The numbers in the bottom layer have to add up to 100, and the colours have to add up to the fraction of the total. Right, okay, well, that is 25, right? So 4 over 16 is a quarter, which is 25. Okay, so 3 over 15 is a fifth, which is 20, so we put 8 there. And then 6 over 20 is 3 over 10, so 30%, 30. So we put a 9 there. So 20, 25, 45, 75, so we put a 10 there. Yes! Woo! Go team! Looks like I got it. It's amazing. Good work. Oh, and it's green. It's a different screen. Yeah. Moon, sun, sun. Wow, it's so weird that we got the other passwords so differently. First we've got a map. A and above, B below. Let's see. 2 moon cards. I do like the puzzles as well. Yeah, we had lots of talking and not so much puzzles today because we did some endy stuff. Well, we got 2 endings. One where I died and one where Kay buggered off and condemned us all. And then we got hit with a lock on the other ending where Alice was really mad with us. But we need a string of numbers. That one we need a solution, and then that one on the left we need a password and a username. So this one we're going down. Let's see if we can get an ending before past. Okay, so what? Oh! This is the bomb diffusey thingy. This will diffuse the bomb. I wonder if the password is the Okay, so I'm gonna take a bet that if we ally and don't get the points, at some point it's going to expand and then it's going to lock with the bomb password, us needing the bomb password. But if we betray, she doesn't betray us, she allies because she trusts us, we escape. We escape. I escape. Okay. Because I'll be the only one with 9, I think. I'm going to see what happens if I betray. I really am. Just because I'm curious. Not because I'm going... I want to kill everyone, really. I found the solution. Worked. Oh yeah, Dio's opened the gates.
45 minutes.
Maybe someone from another... They must have found a moon card.
We should get back upstairs. Whoever jumped the gun is...
I wonder if Quark's going to be sick this time. If anyone's going to be sick this time. Dio and Clover. What the hell?
Clover and I haven't done anything.
Dio didn't feel like waiting, I guess.
You got a problem?
Yes, yes, I do have
Why?
a problem.
I don't remember saying anything about waiting until everyone got back to open the AB rooms.
Kidding me? We didn't talk about it because we thought it was common sense.
Sigma's right. We were able to get back quickly, but the others could still be stuck somewhere. What if they can't get back in time?
Oh yeah, we don't have those supplemental rules.
Oh, thank goodness. You're all here.
Did something
Yes.
happen?
It's Quark, you see?
Ah!
What? What happened to Quark?
He collapsed. It happened so suddenly.
God, he still collapses. Damn it.
Please, you must hurry to the infirmary. This condition could change at any moment. You should go.
Oh no.
Temioji shoved Kay aside, leapt through the yellow door. The rest of us exchange startled looks.
Quark.
Okay, can we skip this? Yeah. Radical 6. You mean in the control room? All that had was a bunch of stuff for controlling the generator. The only one would put medicine in there.
What about you, Kay? Was there any medicine in your room?
I'm terribly sorry. There was nothing of the sort in the archives.
Archives?
Books and so on in abundance, but no medicine.
Oh God. And he's... Oh God, no.
What? Just to be sure, where did the three of you go?
Someplace called the Bee Garden.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of like a park with trees and stuff. Yeah.
But no medicine.
No medicine.
Oh no,
Maybe
this
some medicinal
timeline is a bad
plants?
timeline. Temioji slumped to the ground. So no medicine for Quark to steal. For a moment there was silence.
Quark?
Ooh! But if I escape, it unlocks all the doors. Then they can go into the laboratory and find the thing there, and save him that way. Oh no, and Alice as well. No one here. Damn, where'd she go? No point in complaining, just need to look somewhere else. Towards the exit. Archives. This is new. So maybe we'll find another bomb. Ooh. This is the archives, huh? Okay, Quark and Alice search this room. Looks weird. Lots of books. Would be there for ages. I would be there for so long. She loses like Quark did and no one's around to stop her. Shit, I need to hurry. Oh yeah, we're looking for Alice. Decided to try the garden. I think we find Alice in the garden, do we? I don't know. Bee garden. Okay, so the first thing I noticed when I stepped inside is the smell. That's not really a good sign. Plant life. Oh, good smell. Okay. Fresh scent of growing. It was warm and wet like a forest in spring, just like Clover said. Plants and stuff everywhere, but no medicine. And the gravestone with the key, but keyhole. Walked slowly down the path, slightly stunned. Most of the facility had been cold, dull metal, but this room was possibly verdant. Yes. Plant life. Plant life. Da-da. 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 Man, what is this even for? Strange as the garden was, Alice needed to be my priority. Reined my thoughts back in and continued off the path into the grass. I'd only gone a few steps when I stopped short. Oh, please don't be dead. Please don't be dead. Please don't be dead. Oh no.
Oh, there you are.
Alice.
Good. I'm glad you showed up. I just got here a minute ago. She was like this when I found her. When you showed up, I was getting ready to take her to the infirmary.
Then she's alive?
Yeah. Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She doesn't appear to have any obvious external wounds.
So she's just unconscious.
Looks like it.
What about the scalpel?
Doesn't look like she has it. Figure she probably dropped it on the way here. Anyway, we need to get her to the infirmary. Give me a hand here. Wait,
right.
Hold on. There's something I need to tell you. Just stay calm. Look
What?
to the right.
Am I right or you're right?
You're right.
Oh, we found one bomb! That's the #1 bomb! We hadn't seen that one before.
Exactly.
bomb.
I'm pretty sure someone didn't move it here from the crew quarters. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's an entirely different bomb.
But we have
Look
the
at the number on
device
the
thingy.
side.
It says 1. The other one said 3. And the one in the lab said 2. There's no question, huh?
I've got more good news. Just think about the numbers for a moment.
You're saying there's a 2 bomb out there somewhere.
I can't be sure, but it does seem pretty likely.
Damn it. That means we're talking about an explosion the size of 3 tons of TNT.
Yeah.
Who said it?
Clover, Tenmyoji, and Dio investigated the garden. There's also a chance someone else said it. Anyone could have come here after they left and before we showed up. Anyway, we need to move Alice. Help me out here.
Alice was lighter than I'd expected. And Fi and I managed to set off towards the infirmary at a brisk trot.
Alright, please pay attention, everyone. You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
What did it say?
Her results are identical to Quark's. She has also been infected with Radical 6.
And we've got no cure this time. If I had called everyone else back after I brought Alice to the infirmary. 7 sets of eyes widened as Luna spoke.
Oh no. No! What's going to happen to her?
Well, like I said before, there's only one way to cure Radical 6. It's a special antiviral treatment. Whether or not there's any around here, though.
No! No! Oh, Alice! I don't want you to die! Please! Please don't die! I don't want to be alone! Don't die!
Clover wrapped her arms around Alice's unconscious body and began to sob. None of us had the heart to pull her off, so all we could do was stand and watch uncomfortably.
Ten minutes remain. All players, if no vote is recorded.
Guys, I think we should get back to the warehouse.
What about Alice and Quark?
I guess we're just gonna have to leave him behind.
No! I'm not leaving! I'm staying here!
If... damn it.
Like heck I'm gonna leave Alice all alone!
She's going to be fine. I gave her some Soparil. She'll just be sleeping like Quark.
I don't care! I just want to stay with her. She shouldn't have to be all by herself.
Whatever. She can do what she wants.
I see. Dio and Tenmyoji's opponent in the next AB game is Clover. If she doesn't vote, then she'll default to ally, which I don't think I need to mention would be pretty favorable for Dio.
But doesn't give Dio enough points to get out, because he did the ally.
If she
in the last
stays, he's got an easy round.
Whoa. What are you saying? You think I'm gonna choose betray?
Yeah, am I wrong?
Yes. Of course I'm gonna pick ally. For one, Tenmyoji's gonna be in there with me.
No, he won't. He's going to be with
I
Quark.
can't just ignore his opinion and make my own choice, right?
No, I won't be going.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't leave Quark here when he's like this. I'll be staying, just like Clover.
Hey, come on now. What is this?
Knock it off, Dio. He's too smart to let you make a scapegoat out of him.
What the hell? Why are you so suspicious of me?
Because you're a suspicious dude. You've already betrayed us several times.
Yes?
What if Dio stays behind too? If Clover, Tenmyoji, and Dio all don't vote, then everyone allies, right?
Except...
Oh, you don't know?
Ah, there we go.
Know what?
This. You didn't find a note like this one?
Huh? Wait, what's this?
We found it in the archives.
Well, there sure as hell wasn't anything like that in the garden.
We didn't find one in the control room either.
Interesting. Apparently only the archive had one.
I think that group of 3 is the only one that has one.
Why don't you read it for us, Sigma?
Took the note from him, slightly confused, began to read. Here are some more AB game rules for you. Not voting is not an option. If both parties refuse to vote, then every bunny gets penalised. In other words, one person out of every colour group of 3 has to vote.
You see? At least one member of each trio must vote.
That means Kay has to vote. Quark and Alice certainly aren't in any condition to. If he doesn't, all 3 of them are screwed.
Wait a second. Kay's got 6 BP right now.
Yep.
His opponent is gonna have to default to ally. That means if Kay chooses betray, he's gonna have 9 points.
You needn't worry. I have every intention of choosing ally.
Oh, give me a break. You expect us to just swallow your bullshit?
Well, I don't. I intend to betray.
Oh dear. Dio, please, think for a moment. You do realize that Alice currently only has 1 BP, don't
Oh,
you?
that's a good point.
If I were to betray her, what would happen?
She's going to die anyway.
Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized, just like when you break my rules.
I am not so desperate to escape that I would be willing to kill.
Alice was.
Therefore, I will definitely choose ally. Indeed, I really have no choice. Unless, of course, I wish to become a murderer.
5 minutes remain.
We don't have time to argue about this. There's only one solution. Clover, you're going to have to go vote for us.
Huh?
What does that mean?
What, did I use big words?
Huh?
It means this!
I'd never seen someone move as fast as that before, let alone someone as old as Tenmyoji. Please tell me we knocked out Dio. In the blink of an eye, he covered the few feet between himself and Dio and slammed a closed fist into the other man's chest. Dio fell to his knees, wheezing for air. Tenmyoji waited half a second to make sure he was down and turned to look at Clover.
He's not gonna stay down forever. Get out of here, Clover.
But...
You and Kay are in the same position now. I've only got 1 BP, just like Alice.
Interesting. So long as Tenmyoji doesn't vote, Clover's only choice is to choose ally.
Admittedly, there is a chance she might kill me.
Are you saying you trust me with your life?
That's
I
about the
trust
size.
her more than Dio. No, hang on. No, Dio was paired with Tenmyoji.
What the hell are you standing around for? Get! You don't need to worry about Alice. I'll keep a good eye on her. I promise. Now get moving! You still don't trust me.
No, that's not it at all. I trust you. I just...
3 minutes remain
We need to go.
Come on. Okay, take care of Alice.
She'll be fine.
Tenmyoji knows. That seemed to finally satisfy her when we were off. We ran as fast as we could, leaping through doors and tearing through rooms on our way back to the warehouse.
Yeah.
Yes, we...
Yeah. The only problem obviously is if Dio goes into the room that he opened.
Hold on a minute.
What is
You're going to choose Ally, right?
Yeah? Why do you
Of
ask?
course we are.
You promise?
Sure.
Cross your
promise.
heart?
Cross my
You're going
heart.
to be in a world of hurt if you double-cross me.
Don't sweat it. I'm a man of my word. If I frowned but said nothing and disappeared into her only B room the second from the left. We've both got 6 BP. She betrays me. She gets through. I betray her. Depends what she picks. But it's a short decision for the betray because Ally's always on the left. So let's see what happens if we betray. And I have 9. Or I get 9. Luna will hate me, Fi will hate me, everyone will hate me. But I want to see what happens. This is just an experiment. Because you know I've been picking Ally. I don't have to justify it. I'm going to do all the choices anyway because I want all the endings and all the everythings.
1 minute remains.
What are you going to do?
Well, I don't have a choice, do I? I promised. I said I'd choose Ally.
Yes, but Fi has 6 BP. If she betrays us...
Yeah, she'll have 9 points, I know.
Right.
Do you want me to pick? What do you think we should do?
It's your decision, Sigma. I'll be in the same position either way.
What?
You have 6 BP too, don't you? That means if we betray Fi, and she chooses Ally...
Then I would have 9.
Yes, you see? In either case, I could end up with someone in my group reaching their goal.
20 seconds remain on...
That's it. We don't have any time left. You have to make a choice.
Are you sure this is okay with you?
Yes.
Alright. I'm choosing betray. As an
10
experiment.
seconds
What am I
9,
going to choose?
8, 7,
It's going to count down, isn't it? Ally or betray?
6, 5, 4,
At least we should get to an ending if this is an ending. This is impossible.
3, 2.
What if we don't
1.
pick an experiment? If we can get out.
Round 2 of results. Thank you for Amberdex Gates.
Either she picked betray and we stopped her. Luna and I stepped out of our AB room a little later than the others. They were already gathered in front of the projection awaiting the announcement of the results.
So, you chose betray. Did you do
Yeah.
it to protect yourself? Were you worried that Fi might choose betray?
That's a good question.
Huh?
I'm honestly not sure myself why I did it.
Well, we should go see the results. I want to see how Kay and Clover voted.
Yeah, alright, let's go then. I'm hoping this is actually an ending and not some bullshit continuation. It's going to expand. Because I do want to end this stream. I feel like I've done
of
enough.
the Amberdex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Phew. Yep. Oh! We have 9! Everyone's gonna be so pissed at us! Except that this is the only way to save Quark and Alice.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet.
Well played, Sigma. I guess a promise means a lot to you.
I had nothing to say. She was right. I'd broken a promise.
Why did you do it?
Well, I personally did it because I wanted the ending, but also because it said all the doors open, and I know there's a lab with a cure, and a duplicating machine to save the two, and I can go and call for help like Kay said he was.
Nothing to say? I guess I misjudged you. I thought you were better than this.
I'm still pissed off that we got the key over on this path to unlock Kay's helmet, and we never got to use it because everyone bloody died. Except that there's always the chance to pick Betray on that one as well. Because we only found that they were dead like here, and then we hit the room they'd been in there. So, yeah. I just want to find out who Kay is.
That was not a smart move, Sigma. I won't forget this. I'll make sure you pay, even if it's the last thing I do.
I didn't kill anyone to do it, not like everybody else.
Occasionum, non ipse potest Jupiter, reprehendere.
What?
A Latin proverb.
What does it mean?
Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. Jupiter is a Roman god. Actually, he's kind of the Roman god. He's in charge of all the others.
Like this.
Not even Jupiter, the ruler of the gods, can take back what's been done.
Well, actually, I can, because I can just go back up there.
You did something bad. You're not gonna get a chance to take it back.
I turned away from Fire. I couldn't stand to look at her anymore. She's gonna stab me in the back, isn't she? She's got the scalpel. In front of me were Kay and Clover. Their eyes bored into me with cold disapproval, and I looked away. They'd both chosen ally as promised. The only person who betrayed anyone was me. The only person with 9 BP was me. Little wonder I wasn't very popular.
What do you intend to do?
You aren't thinking about trying to open the number 9 door, are you?
Of course I am! Everyone else has been betraying me left, right and centre. For a moment I considered the unthinkable, but I've got a feeling Fire is going to stab me in the back with a scalpel, which Olkesh will be very happy about. Could I break through them and reach the door? Once I was through, I'd be out of the game and free from their judgment. But no, I couldn't do that. Damn you, wuss! How could I possibly justify leaving them all behind so I could escape on my own? Why had I chosen Betray? In my memory, it seemed like an almost flippant choice, as if I'd just been curious to see what would happen. If betrayal was what I wanted, I should have made that choice with commitment. But there it was, and I couldn't turn back. Even I didn't try to open the number 9 door. They would all be suspicious of anything I did. Trust is easy to break and hard to repair. This is going to freaking lock, isn't it? Unless I could somehow turn back the clock, I was stuck with the consequences of my actions.
A lapsum semel occasionum. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity.
How could I do something that was beyond the reach of a god? Why hadn't I just chosen ally? What would be happening to me right now? What if, what if, what if? Then Fi spoke and I blinked.
Sigma, we're just doing this to be safe. We can't let you run around with 9 BP. I'm afraid you're going to have to sleep for a little while, okay?
Huh? I started to turn around, but it was already too late. I felt a heavy hand slam into the back of my neck. And then everything went dark. They won't even let me get out when I win! It's still not even a proper ending. Bye, game over. What would have happened if I'd have picked ally? Well, let's find out. We've got 20 minutes before I really have to... You demand a refund.
One minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
That was not a smart move, Sigma. I won't forget this. I'll make sure you pay, even if it's the last thing I do. A lapsum semel occasionum.
Ooh, I'm remembering this. I wonder what would have happened if we'd have picked ally the first time around and then Betray.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game
I'm never gonna find out
has
now.
been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
That's interesting. I wonder if that would have
Thank you
changed
for
based
your
on my decision.
participation. Ambidex game.
I wonder how much is actually changed by the order that I'm doing them in. Newt and I stepped out. There we are. Gathered.
You chose Ally, right? Are you sure that was okay?
Yeah, of course. If I did
You
too.
sound pretty sure of yourself.
Well, she did in the other timeline. Oh, it's not confidence. I already
What?
know. If she's betrayed us now, that's annoying. Let's just go and have a look, shall we? We'll know pretty quick whether I knew anything or not.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, there's got to be different dialogue choices depending on which way round you do them.
Results
I wouldn't want to
from
replay the
round
entire
2
game just to
of the
find out.
Ambidex game will now be displayed.
Maybe I should have saved before I made the choice. I don't know.
Please direct your...
I've made the choice now, it's fine. If it's not ally across the board, I'm going to be very upset. You've got to be kidding me! She has the gall!
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to...
What the hell, Fi? Why'd you choose Betray? You chose Ally before.
I see. So you remember it too?
Whoa.
The other round too.
What? That wasn't even close to the response I'd expected. Felt anticlimactic. Hey, hold on a minute here. You know? You remember how I chose Betray the last time in round 2?
Yeah, of course. Why do you think I chose Betray this time? Don't you remember what I said? That I'd make you pay?
Yeah, I do remember that. Then this is you making me pay?
Yes.
Wait. No, that doesn't make any sense. Something wasn't right. How could we both know about an earlier round 2? Also, if I'd have done Ally the first time like I really should have done because that was my thing... Would the dialogue have been different? Ah. Some kind of alternate history, what was I thinking? Okay, well... I mean... Oh, I really wish I'd made a save before I made the decision now. I mean, technically I do have one, but it's... Well, I do have one, don't I? I have this one. But that's an hour and a half. Because that was... whatever the last ending was that I got. That was I thinking that was conspiracy theory shit. Even if there was some kind of alternate timeline or universe or whatever, there was no way I would know what had happened in it. No way I could know. At least I didn't think there could be any way I could know. But if I could, then how? I remembered Fi choosing Ally, then scowling at me when I broke my promise and swearing revenge.
That was not a smart move, Sigma. I won't forget this. I'll make sure you pay.
Why did I know that? Perhaps more importantly, why did Fi remember it? What the hell did this even mean? It had happened before, hadn't it? During round 1 of the AB game when I was playing against Alice. I'd seen something. Fine, I had chosen Betray, but for some reason I'd seen a reality where we'd chosen Ally instead. Suddenly I realised that I wasn't alone. I looked up to see Luna, Clover and Kay. They all began to speak at once.
What happened?
Why did you choose Betray, Fi?
Yeah, you're the only one who didn't vote Ally.
Fi looked away and scowled. For several long moments her eyes stared off into the distance and I could see her mind working. Finally she sighed and spoke.
Right. Well, I've got 9 points now. So sorry, but I'm out of here.
Huh? What do you mean? There's a lock. How do we stop Phi?
Do I really have to explain it? I'm leaving. Through the number 9 door.
Hey, wait. Scrambled around in front of her and threw my arms out.
You're in my way. Move.
No, I'm not letting you go. What happened to you? I didn't think you were the kind of person who'd ditch the rest of us so you could get away.
When someone betrays your trust, feels like a part of you dies. For me, I guess it was the part that cared. I don't think you have even the slightest idea what that feels like.
Treasure. Wait, are you saying...
Whatever. Just get out of my way.
No, I'm not moving.
I see. Then you leave me no choice.
She spoke, Phi bent down. Shot up into the air and over my head. We're totally on the moon, aren't we? Lower gravity. I spun around to see her standing next to the number 9 door, hand on the lever.
Nice try.
She grinned and tightened her grip on the lever.
Plaudite, acta est fabula.
What the hell's that?
Latin. Applaud. The play has ended. That's what it means.
Latin.
See you later.
Wait, stop. I felt myself speaking before I even knew what the words were. Elapsum sum allocationum nom ipse potesta lupitur reprehender. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. Are you sure this is how you want it to end? Ah! We have the answer to the lock because we did that side. Nunnery game, zero the bombs. We still don't know the truth about any of it. If you leave now, we never will. Is that really what you want?
Fine.
I slowly let go of the lever. And we've unlocked that lock without even knowing it, right? Phew, look, I'm sorry about betraying you. I'm honestly not even sure why I
Forget
did it.
about it. This time you chose ally and I chose betray. I think we're even.
What are you talking about?
When did you betray her? Are you talking about round 1?
No, we aren't talking about round one.
Just drop it. There's no point. I doubt they'd understand even if you did tell them.
Yeah, you're right.
Huh?
Hmm?
Except that Clover was in the first nunnery games. Of course she'd understand.
I don't get it.
Well,
This view.
at least it seems Phi has decided to remain.
You've really changed your mind?
Yeah, I'll stick around a little longer. Like he said, I can't leave until we figured out what's going on.
The game will keep going.
Oh man, that's a relief.
I
Please
did
don't
get a bleep
scare us
loop.
like that again.
Because I unlocked the lock. But Quark and Alice are still going to die.
The ambidex
Just gonna lug around their
gates
bodies.
have closed. Round 3 of the ambidex game will be the star round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set. The ambidex.
As many times as we want, huh? And that
As
means
long as you have the star keys, you can play the AB game as many times as you want.
You probably won't be allowed to play it continuously, however. There's a period of time between...
Based off the last 2
So you can repeat the game once every 45 minutes or so.
Oh, that's right. Didn't Zero Jr. say something?
Shoo!
Prepare and so.
Oh yeah, your bracelets. Thank you. I didn't have a chance to mute. Looks like I'm a red solo! Oh, first time I've been a solo.
I'm a magenta pair. Me too. That means we'll be a team this time. I think we'll do great. Yeah.
Who's gonna be my partner then? I'm a cyan pair.
They do not appear to be here. I, for instance, am a yellow pair.
Huh? Wait a second. If Luna and Clover are a magenta pair, if I's a cyan pair and Kay's a yellow pair, who the heck am I supposed to
The
partner up
cyan
with?
pair, I imagine.
Vi and her mysterious partner.
How'd you figure that out?
Sigma, what colors are added together to create cyan?
Green and blue, right?
What color would you get by adding your red to that?
And green and blue would be white.
Exactly.
Because we're doing light, not paint.
So you're saying the next set of chromatic doors are going to be white?
Yes,
How do you know?
because I have seen them. After leaving the archives, we found a warehouse very similar to this one. In it was a set of white doors. Well, to be precise, a set of doors which radiated white light.
Yeah, I saw him too. After we were finished in the garden, we went to the same warehouse he's talking about.
We don't really need to see the blinky light on the map.
They had the same little lock thingies. I'm 100% sure they're the next chromatic doors. What about the people back in the infirmary? Do they know about the white doors?
Yes. If we exclude Quark from their number, then I believe...
As far as pairs go, we're missing a cyan and a yellow.
If Sigma's a red solo, then we should have a green solo and a blue solo back in the infirmary.
Well, I'm going back to the infirmary. I'm kind of worried about Alice and Quark. I'll go too.
As will I.
Oh, that's right. Wait, guys. There's something I need to tell you.
What is it?
Go on.
I meant to say something earlier, but I guess there was so much other stuff going on. I looked at Fi. She nodded back. See, the truth is...
What?
Not expanded yet. So, what I'm guessing is if I'd picked Ally first, she would have still betrayed me. Because that's the route this is going. It would have locked. And we wouldn't have known what to do. Then we'd have gone in here and done either... No, we would have had to still have betray an ally, but there would have been a slightly different thing and she would have been mad at me. But it would have made a lot less sense because she'd just betrayed me. So... yeah. It made more sense the way round we did it, but also then I felt really guilty.
You found another bomb?
Where?
Oh, God.
No, that's not possible. We didn't see anything like that.
Could you have missed it?
No! No way! We checked every part of that room.
I mean, I have a save game. I could go back and look. I'd have to redo the control room, but that's okay. I could do that probably quicker than an hour and a half because I just skip all of the dialogue. But I would do that off stream just to find out.
You think there might be a third bomb out there somewhere?
I think there's a good chance.
In the lab was the...
Very well. We should split up and find this other bomb. It could be anywhere.
yeah, I
But
agree.
even if we do find it, what are we supposed to do?
That is a concern for later. At the moment, our primary concern should be finding it.
You can't fight an enemy you can't see, after all.
Precisely.
All right, I'll head back to the infirmary and let everybody else know.
Please.
How about we set a time to meet back here, just in case? The time we have left until the chromatic doors open is...
No, it's only 2 hours.
1 hour and 57 minutes.
I think approximately half of that should be enough. When we have 1 hour remaining, we should meet back at the infirmary. Acceptable?
That sounds good to me. Right. I'll tell the others too.
Good, let's go. mean, I could just look it up, what happens. There's got to be a solution somewhere. Rather than redoing it. We'll see how I feel. So these are the white doors. Yeah, unlock thing. No question.
So it seems.
Ah! What? When did you...
I've been here the whole time.
Seriously? I don't notice you at all.
Oh, I guess your hearing's starting to go. How sad.
Ugh. So what do you want? Why are you stalking
I'm
me?
not stalking you. I just followed you here.
That's pretty much the same thing. How did you do it? You're totally silent. Still not expanded. Are you Batman?
I already told you I'm not. Remember? Back in the AB room when we met?
Yeah, actually. You also jumped super high all the way up to the ceiling.
Right. Aren't you curious about that graffiti?
Yes! Oh yeah, that. Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. Did a kid write that or what?
Why do you say that?
They spelled ninth wrong. It's an E in
You're
there.
right.
Then again, maybe it means something.
Do you know what it means? The Latin part.
Remember death. Give me a little credit, even I know what memento mori means. You see it all over the place. As far as I know, it translates to something, be aware of death or remember your mortality. Never to forget that we all die someday. I guess it's some sort of cautionary thing.
What about the other part?
That's exactly what it says in the tin. Some sort of condition about lions and suns. And there were lions eating suns everywhere on this level. Anything come to mind?
No, nothing. Nothing at all. What about you?
Me? Well, let's see. Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. Repeat the words, but nothing. Whatever they mean, it was incomprehensible. But perhaps fine.
Huh?
Latin. Don't you know Latin? Maybe you can figure out more of
Well,
it.
I know a little. More than most people, I guess, but I'm not an expert.
Then how do you know that phrase? Lapsum semel occasionum non ipsum poteste lupiter reprehendere.
Oh, that. That's from, this.
She unpinned the brooch from her chest as she spoke and held it out to me. I hesitated for a moment and then took it.
Look at the back.
That's pretty. Turned it over. So I guess L is pronounced like a J in Latin.
Yeah. A memento of my late mother. Well, I guess it's something like a memento.
What does that mean?
She died right after I was born. I was raised by foster parents and they told me where the brooch had come from. Apparently it was the only thing my mother had left behind.
What about your father?
Don't have one. I guess you could say I was a bastard. I never saw his face, and I don't know his name. I don't even know if he's alive.
Couldn't think of anything to say, so I just handed her the brooch back.
That phrase got to be almost like a prayer for me. Whenever I had to make a tough decision, I'd say it to myself. Sometimes I'd just repeat it over and over like a chant. Before long, I had it memorized. Got me interested in Latin, and I started studying the language. Lapsum semel occasionum non ipsi protest Jupiter reprehendere. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. Sounds nice, doesn't it? But it seems kind of funny now. I mean, look at us. We've done what Jupiter can't. We can find our lost opportunities. That's why I followed you here. I thought it would be a good idea to talk to you about all this. Alone.
I mean, it may have been that she picked Betray as well, but then why would I be... Yeah, I don't know.
There's something else we need
If
to
I
do
can't find
too,
it
though.
on the internet, I will possibly replay. Find the number to a bomb.
Exactly. So we should get
remember
going.
which save file it is. Hang on. So it's 11 picks this up because 12 was so 11 was where Kay went through the door, and then 12 was where I betrayed on that path. Why I didn't save before that choice, I don't know. I didn't expect it to be quite so prophetic almost. So that was when Dio No, that was when I betrayed Dio. That was when Oh, that was when Alice betrayed me. Yeah. So save file 11 is important if I want to go back and have a look.
I'm pretty sure the bomb isn't in here. There's nowhere to hide it. So...
You're saying we should go somewhere
Yeah.
else? But we know the bomb's in the lab.
Well, come on, don't just stand there. We need to get a move on.
Without waiting for a reply, she turned and started towards one of the exits. I followed. It's pointless looking at the guards. We're going to look in the archives. But it was in the lab last time. So. But if it's only places we can access, then it's got to be in the archives or the control room. The archives. Good place to hide a bomb. Now where the hell do we start looking?
I doubt it really matters. If it's here, we'll find it eventually.
So what about that Jupiter
We can
stuff?
talk while we look. Now get started.
At least we're getting more stories. I turned to a corner of the room and began to look while Fi spoke.
I'll start with a conclusion I've come to. Our consciousnesses seem to be able to jump through time. No, sorry. Through time isn't really accurate. It's more like we move through worlds.
Worlds?
Yes. I don't mean physical planets in this case. Talking about a whole different universe, really. Parallel worlds.
What?
Do you know about the many worlds interpretation?
Yes, because I've seen the DC shows. Well, kind of. I think I've heard of it once or twice.
Oh, well... I'll just explain it. Let's say... I don't care what it is, but could you move? Scratch your head, cross your arms, put your hands on your hips? Anything?
I had no idea what this was supposed to explain, but I did as she'd asked. Okay. I'm going to put my hands on my hips. Superhero pose.
That's fine.
okay?
You put your hands on your hips just now, right? But you could have chosen to clap your hands or cheer. Now, maybe there are other Sigmas in other worlds who did all of those things. All of these worlds and realities are branching off from one another. The choices you could have made branched off from the moment you decided what you were going to do just now. Every moment you make a decision, another universe branches off. Each of those branches is an alternate world.
Oh, that looks like my flowchart. It all started from the simple decision of which door to go through.
A world where a version of you did something different.
Excuse me.
Haven't you ever thought about what life would have been like if you'd made different choices?
Always.
What if you'd gone to this high school instead of that one? What if you hadn't started a study group? What if you hadn't told that girl you liked her? What if? What if? But are those what ifs really just what ifs? Or are there other worlds out there where you did those things? Anyway, that's the many worlds interpretation in a nutshell. I've simplified it a lot. Doesn't have to be human actions, though. I just used your actions to make the explanation easier to grasp. The actions of a cat, the flight of a bee, the movement of a microorganism, even fluctuations in air temperature. All these can change history.
The movement of a butterfly's wings on the other side of the world. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second here. I'll let microorganisms slide, but there's no way that air is conscious of anything.
Can you say for sure that you are?
What?
All of your actions are caused by the cells in your brain. If we go down a little further, then you could say all of your actions are the result of atoms or electrons, or smaller particles we haven't even discovered yet. Are those atoms and electrons still you making a decision at that level? How different are you from the air? I'd say not much. Human existence is just one part of reality. Falling in love is like a tulip blossoming. A tulip blossoming is like a tornado forming in South America. See what I'm saying? The only thing that really matters is the action of the most elementary particles of matter. That's where history happens. That's where universes branch out. Hey, you stopped. Are you done with that shelf?
Oh,
I'll keep
not yet.
looking while I talk. How familiar are you with quantum physics? Never mind, don't answer that. I'll try and keep it simple for you. Hey, hand me that box, will you?
This one? Sure. Handed the box I've been examining over to her. She set it down on the desk and opened the top.
Also... there's a stuffed lion over there.
It's eating his son, is it?
Perfect. He's part of Felidae, too.
Felidae? It's Felidae. Then she grabbed the lion and tossed him unceremoniously in the box. She took a weight and an ink jar and put them next to the lion.
Alright, everything's ready. Remember that book in the crew quarters about Schrodinger's cat? It relates to all this stuff I've been talking about. Anyway, come look at the box.
What about looking for the...
This'll only take a minute. Now look.
I shrugged and peered in the box.
What do you see?
There's a stuffed lion, eating a son.
From now on, that's a cat. A living cat. This is important. Got it?
Yeah, it's a cat,
Oh,
meow.
man. This again?
Sorry, I can't help it.
I find that hard to believe. Ugh, fine. Maybe I can just ignore it.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
Alright, what else do you see?
A weight that's not even a pound and a jar of ink.
Right. Now the weight is going to be radioactive material, and the jar of ink is full of poisonous gas.
What? I'm getting out of here.
Idiot. It's not really full of gas. This is just hypothetical. Imagine that it's... So, what's the weight?
Radioactive material.
And the jar of ink.
It's full of poisonous gas.
Exactly. Good work. Now, there's one other thing you need to know about the jar. If it's struck by any of the alpha particles the radioactive material emits, it'll break. These particles are emitted randomly, but there's a 50% chance that one of them will come into contact with the jar over the course of an hour. So let's close the lid. And pretend an hour has passed. Here's the question. Is the cat inside of the box alive or dead? You can't open the box to check.
There's no air holes in the box. The cat's dead.
And you can't hit the box. Obviously, you can't shake it either. It's also been soundproofed, so the cat could be howling up a storm in there and you'd never know.
So there's definitely not air. The cat is dead because there's no air holes.
Basically, you have no idea what's going on inside the box. Do you remember what happens if the alpha particles hit the jar?
There's no air holes. You killed the cat. It breaks, gas fills the box, the cat inhales it, and death will be a whisker away.
And what if the jar doesn't break?
The cat dies because there's no air holes.
Haha. And what are the chances of either of those things happening?
100%.
Uh-huh. So, what's your answer? Is the cat alive or dead?
Dead. I can't possibly...
Then guess. It's not hard.
It's dead. The world's a harsh place for a cat. I have a feline, the poor kitty's dead.
Nope. You're wrong.
It's
That's
alive?
wrong too.
Then what's the right
The
answer?
answer is that it's in a state where it is neither dead nor alive.
Yes. Does that make any sense?
It's an extrapolation of something we see at the atomic level. We don't know if an atom is spinning upward or downward until we measure it. Before it's measured, those two possibilities coexist. But as soon as the measurement is taken, obviously, only one possibility is the truth. That's what's happening with the alpha particles. Since we can't know when they were emitted or where, we only know the probability that they'll impact the jar. Because we can't observe anything that's happening in the box, that becomes the entire system. In other words, the box is like the atom. We don't know how the cat's life or death situation has resolved itself until we look at it. Until we do, it's just a bunch of possibilities. Do you get it? If the cat in the box is possibilities...
Then it's both alive and dead.
Right. So, let's open the lid. And when we do, all the possibilities will collapse into a single truth. Meow. What a relief, huh? Looks like the cat's alive. Anyway,
Which is interesting,
that's
considering there's no air
Schrodinger's
holes.
cat. The many worlds interpretation is
I
one
know how
theory for
Schrodinger's cat
explaining
theory
that
works.
weirdness.
So there's another world out there where this cat died.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Excuse me. Okay, we said you would end.
Looks like that cat tick of yours cleared up.
Yeah. Well, your story was pretty insane.
Insane?
As it's noise? Noisy. Oh, it's noisy. That's not good. I'm just waiting to get out of this particular story blip to see whether I get an ending or it expands. Because at the moment, it's just, you know, it's Schrodinger's ending. And then I'm going to go and pass out myself. Well, I suppose I could just, like, do ASMR, whatever, and that will help. At the moment, yeah, the cat then, it's almost like events in the future can determine the past. I mean, the cat doesn't die when you open the lid, so it must have already been
Exactly. You've experienced it, haven't you?
dead. What on earth are you talking
Think
about?
back. Remember round 2 of the AB game? When you chose Betray, what was my vote?
Ally.
But what happened this time?
I chose Ally and you chose Betray.
Right. And both times, I put in my vote a full minute before the deadline. When did you push the button?
Right, the very deadline, yeah.
I see. Well, that makes this a little easier to explain. If you chose Betray, then my vote was Ally. If you chose Ally, then my vote was Betray. But I made my choices a whole minute before you made yours. Don't you think that's strange? You do see what I'm saying, don't you?
My choice in the future altered your action in the past.
Yeah, from your perspective, there's no other way to interpret it.
Now that I thought of it, round 1 had been the same. I chose an ally, Alice had chosen Betray. When I chosen Betray, she'd done the opposite.
Look at this die. I found it over there. Let me give you one last example.
She spoke, she tossed the die into the box and quickly shut the lid.
All right. Answer this question. What number is the die on?
I can't possibly know, so I'm going to go with 4.
Okay.
Be 4.
I'm going to open the lid.
Oh my
Good
god,
job.
it's actually 4!
You got it right.
That was just a fluke.
Was it?
Huh?
Let's think about what was going on before I opened the lid. What number was the die on?
4, of course.
Haven't you been paying attention? The die is still a collection of atoms, isn't it? I don't think you can reasonably suggest that it was made of some different kind of matter.
Wait, so you're saying that before you opened the lid, the die was on all the numbers?
Uh-huh. That's one way to look at it, at least.
And then when you opened the lid, it was just one number?
Or it might have become that number when you declared which one it was.
Wait. what do
Your
you mean?
choice in the future has an effect. on the past.
My head hurts. That's crazy.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. We got a little off topic there, but I think I made my point. Reality separates off into an infinite number of branches for each and every possibility. You and I seem to be able to jump from branch to branch. Of course, our bodies aren't doing the jumping. Our consciousnesses just sort of dive into other versions of ourselves in other worlds.
Why? I think I get it now. That's how you knew my name, right? You jumped in from another world. That's how you knew all those other things you shouldn't have known.
Yeah, that's the best I can figure out, at least.
But I hadn't yet.
Unfortunately, it seems like we don't retain all our memories when we jump. Maybe we only remember particularly important things. I'm not sure
Like my
how it
name.
works. But whatever the reason, it seems to be fairly limited. And often, we don't seem to remember jumping at all. Things will just sort of pop up.
That's why when someone asks us how we know X is all we can think of to say is I
Yeah.
just knew. What's causing this then? I don't remember ever doing this before, so why would it start now?
If we knew that, I don't think we'd be having so much trouble. It's just...
Just
well, I'm pretty sure it has to do with why we're locked up in here. There's no way this doesn't have something to do with whatever Zero Senior's trying to do. Why would he have left that Schrodinger's cat book in the crew quarters?
You aren't a kitten, are you? Maybe this is some sort of huge Schrodinger's cat experiment. All 9 of us are locked up inside the box right now.
What if you've got it backwards?
Backwards?
We're outside of the box, and the rest of the world is inside.
Then the moment we step out of this place...
Yeah, we might be determining the history of the world outside.
No way. I had 1,000 other questions, but before I could open my mouth to ask them...
Oh, good. There you are.
Did something happen?
Yes, we found it. What do you mean,
Found what?
what? What else could we find? The bomb! The other antimatter bomb. The number 2 bomb is in the control room. Yeah.
Is this it?
This is one of them, all right.
It's number 2, apparently. Well, at least we found them all
No.
now.
There could be more. Like Kay said, there might be a number 4 bomb out there. We have no way to know.
Did you tell anyone else about this, Clover?
Well, not really. But, I wasn't the first person to find it.
Who was?
Kay and Luna. After they found it, they came to the infirmary and told the rest of us.
Who was in the infirmary?
Everyone. Tenmyoji and Dio were there. So were Alice and Quark, of course. Although they were still asleep.
So everyone who wasn't asleep knows about the bomb. I see.
Yeah.
There's no one else here, then. Where'd they all go?
Right after we came here to look at the bomb, they all left. They were going to go look for you two.
What about Alice and Quark?
They're the same. Still sleeping. We checked them out just to be sure, but they seemed fine.
That's good. Fine, and I looked at one another and let out a small sigh of relief.
Oh, right. I checked everybody's bracelets when we were in the infirmary. Did you want to know what they were?
Yes. It took her any moment to explain. Alice was a green solo, and Quark was a blue solo. Dio's bracelet made him a yellow pair, and Tenmyoji was a cyan pair. So what are our options for groups?
The next set of doors to open are going to be the white doors. That means we'll have to mix our colors so that we get white.
That puts me with fire, doesn't it, I think? Yep. Fire and Tenmyoji cyan would pair with me red. Kay and Dio yellow would pair with Quark blue. Clover and Luna magenta would pair with Alice green.
Huh? There's only one option?
Yeah, any other combinations don't make white.
What about Alice and Quark? Luna said it's going to be a while until they wake
We'll
up.
just have to carry them. The secondary doors won't open without 3 bracelets. And if we can't open them...
Yeah, we get penalized.
Exactly.
Don't worry about Alice. I'm on her team.
Are you saying you can carry
Yeah.
her?
Well, I can get Luna to help me.
True. I'm sure she'd be happy to help.
What about Quark?
He's on Kay's team. There shouldn't be any issues there.
We have that diffuser thingy. Still like to figure out what we're going to do about this bomb. Alice said we should be safe as long as it's not triggered by remote.
Maybe, but we can't just leave them here forever. I mean, if they go off, then everything in like a couple 100 kilometers is gonna get fried.
Wait, a couple 100 kilometers? What are you talking about? That bomb should only have about as much explosive power as a ton of TNT. Which is nothing to sniff at, but there's nowhere near the kind of yield you're talking
It
about.
could be. What if these bombs are just like the detonator?
Oh god, the octopus. You mean there might be a bunch more anti-hydrogen around here somewhere? I mean literally in the octopus. Yeah, right over there.
The reactor.
Yeah, there are supposed to only be 18 antimatter reactors in the whole world. If that's one of them, then there's a lot of anti-hydrogen.
How much is a lot?
3.5 kilograms.
3.5. That's like 1,000 times more than Alice's 350 milligrams.
If there really is that much, and if it does explode,
then we would be looking at an explosion roughly 10,000 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima.
No, that's insane.
Wait, Clover, how did you know that?
know what?
That stuff about antimatter reactors.
Well, that's, during my training, they...
Training for what?
My job?
Of course. I didn't realize waiters these days needed to memorize how many operational antimatter reactors there were worldwide, or how much fuel each one of those reactors might be storing. You don't work at a cafe, do you?
Did you hear about that from Alice? Oh,
Yeah.
Well, she's right then.
And why are you using antimatter the cafe?
That's, what we call the coffee machines.
What are you thinking
I'm
with
telling
me?
you the truth. I work at a cafe. It just might, be a kind of fake job to divert attention. I think they call it a cover.
Then what's your
What?
real job?
I'm sorry. I really can't tell you anything else.
Why not?
It's classified.
Classified
The
by who?
government?
The government?
That's right. Alice said it was her job to eliminate enemies of the state or something. So you two do work together.
Oh no! Check your bracelets. How much time do we have?
What are you talking
How
about?
long until the doors open? Come on, quickly!
Damn. We were supposed to have met up 5 minutes ago.
I'm heading back then. Remember, we're supposed to meet at the infirmary. You guys hurry back, okay? Bye!
Hey, you haven't... Damn it. There's a secret government lab under Lady Dinah's, clearly. And she's gone. Fine. She's right, you know, we need to get going. We have that diffuser, bomb diffuser. We need a password,
Hold
though.
on. I need to check something really quick.
What? Was she with us? Yes, because we just voted against her.
Oh, there you are. You're late. What were you doing?
Nothing.
When we arrived, everyone else was already back. Quark and Alice hadn't left, of course. They were both sleeping soundly, any traces of the madness we'd seen earlier long gone.
Clover told us. You've seen the bomb in the control room.
Yeah, with our own
So
eyes.
what the hell should we do? That makes 3 bombs.
Well, we have to do something. They're bombs, for God's sake.
There's a quick and simple solution.
Really?
Remember what Alice said?
There should be an emergency deactivation password. If you enter that password, the device should, well, deactivate. You see it? Right here. There's a port. If we can find the password input device, we just connect it here. Then we can enter the password.
So, if we have the password, we can deactivate them?
Whoa, hold on a second. That's great and all, but we need that password input device she was talking
have
about.
that.
Without that, we're still boned even if we did have the password.
Not a problem. We've resolved that issue.
Huh?
Show them.
I nodded and pulled it out of my pocket.
That was in the safe in the...
Exactly, we didn't have any idea what it was at first, but Five figured it out. After Clover left, we tested it.
Turned out I was right. It fit perfectly.
Couldn't get it to do anything, though. We plugged in a couple of random characters, but all we got was an error.
Still, I'm sure this is the thing Alice was talking about. We just didn't have the right password.
But why was it in the control room?
Do you think Zero Senior put it here for us?
That would suggest it was also Zero Senior who set up the bombs.
Doesn't that seem odd, though? Zero Senior wants us to play the nonary game, right? So why would he set bombs?
Maybe he wants to blow this whole place up if someone commits some crazy violation of the rules?
That doesn't make sense. Our bracelets already have poison in them. If someone breaks a rule, all he has to do is activate their bracelet.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, whatever the case is, there's one thing we can be sure of. The person who set these bombs is one of us. Whether or not that person is also Zero Senior isn't particularly relevant at the moment. But what is relevant is that they know the deactivation password. If we can figure out who that person is and question them,
We can get the password and turn the bombs off.
exactly that would be my quick and easy method. So fess up. Which one of you set the bombs?
Oh, it's not gonna work.
Not that I expect you to do that. So, we're going to be checking everyone.
Checking us?
Yes. Once they're set, the bombs are controlled by a remote. It stands to reason that whoever set them has that remote.
So you're gonna search us for it?
Yes. But no buts. If you refuse, that implicates you. Do what I say and you'll be fine, assuming you are actually innocent. Understand?
We get to search you too, then.
No reason to wait. Let's get started. Anyone want to volunteer to go first? No? Alright. Let's see. Huh?
Wait. You only need to search one person.
What? Why?
Because I figured out who did it. I know who did it. But I don't know who did it. The words were out of my mouth before I even realized I was saying them.
How can you... There's no way.
Yeah. I met Fi's gaze and nodded and then turned away. I know who set the bombs. That person. That person. You did it! Jacques! The room was suddenly silent. It's got to be a log. To be continued. There we go. Perfect, because I need to go to bed. This path is hard. This path must be the true path. Alright, so let's not overwrite 11. In case we ever want to go back. 19.5 hours. Yeah, so it was an hour and a half between those playtimes, but I can skip a lot. Still no bloody endings. Lock number 8, lock number 9. And the only way we'd know that is probably on that other path, because the first two doors have... Basically, the first two doors have Dead Lady. This is the only path with a bomb. And that other path is... Oh, aside from... Where's my thing? The long string of numbers. Oh, that might also give us the thing. But the only way we're going to get those is probably on this path, which we'll come back to. So, that went slightly longer than I expected, but you know. just exiting the game. Yeah, that went slightly... it went over by half an hour. I didn't expect there to be quite so much talking in that one. But at least we got a whole selection of endings, and we died at least once, so hopefully Alkesh is satisfied. If Alkesh was even able to watch today, he might have been having to work until late, which is bad. Or he might be out, which is great. I don't know. I don't remember if I've seen him join. But anyway, either way, everyone should be happy. There have been a variety of endings, so we haven't got the true ending yet. But I've been Jo, otherwise known as Angel SK. Thank you for watching. Oh, there we go. There's Alkesh. Thank you for watching, and thank you for everyone's help with the puzzles and remembering things. We found out quite a bit today, but we've totally not solved the whole thing. There's still so many unanswered questions. I'm not sure when I'm going to stream again. I have committed to doing a Soja and Co stream on Sunday, so I don't know when I'll stream this again. Is really the question. We'll see. But for now, thank you for watching. I'll catch you later. Bye.